Yeah, he's out there killing it. Phenomenal family out there, Drift HQ family.
So our next battle up, we should be looking at Adam Ginkel versus Marcelo Zalpa. I'm excited to see this this battle right here.
I think we're getting feedback on that. Sorry.
Oh, okay. There we go.
This
And
is
also
lap.
a very oh yeah, this is our site lap. So Adam Ginkel and also Marcelo Zalpa had amazing runs in qualifying, and we also saw them in practice. They were both throwing down pretty heavily. Adam Ginkel hailing and being an OG driver down here in South Florida.
Man, I actually like this position better. I'm having a great time. I have this huge K-rail in front of me that I know I'll be fine.
Now, of these two drivers, we look back at their qualifying. We can see that Adam Ginkel ran his first qualifying run at 73 points and his second one at 80. Great qualifying run from him with Marcelo getting a 64 on run 1 and a 70 on run 2. It's very interesting what you see here in drifting sometimes because Marcelo's car is clearly more built than Adam's, but Adam has just become in sync with that thing. He is a magician playing, like I said, they don't play instruments. An artist playing an instrument.
He's absolutely, just like the pinstriping, it's very artistic, and he knows what he's doing. He knows how to push it. He knows where to find out that a little extra power comes out of it. And he's been killing it. I mean, he's been driving all over. Like you said, he's an OG. Just got to go see him over in the 4th of July event with Drift HQ over at Atlanta Motorsports Park. Phenomenal.
And one of the things I know he's really excited about is I got a moment just to catch up with him in the pits. And as I was just congratulating him, Hurt from Hoonigan came by and gave him congratulations. And Adam, I know that meant a lot to him. He got really excited after that. And it just goes to show here you're going to compete against some people you might even be fans about. And it doesn't even matter. At this sport, no one's going to be too prideful to let you know you did a good job. And sometimes it can come from someone you look up to.
Absolutely. News on why Ryan Acevedo didn't make it in. His fuel or his power steering pump was actually leaking. He had an O-ring failure, and they replaced it with a new one. The front of that housing was broken, and it was going on to the belt, and that's why we kept losing our belt. They kept losing their belt on the scene.
Unfortunate for them. At least they're able to get a little bit of information behind it. But we're on to our next battle. Adam Ginkel's going to lead as we come into this first corner. A little bit of a gap, and he threw a lot of angle, had to bring a little bit back so he could get control. He's come through it. And a big spin in the chase position. And then Adam have a little bit of trouble straightening up. He just needs to finish off this run.
Adam just needs to go ahead, and this is when as a driver you go, okay, well, I still want to throw down. Be conservative, make sure you hit your zones, do your stuff, but finish your run and make sure that you get this lead run in.
Yes, and
make sure you get it.
And I bet his spotter right now, if he's got someone helping him out, is hopefully letting him know, hey, man, you have a great advantage going into this next run. So play it safe. Keep your cards close to your chest. Save it for later. Preserve the car. Just get this win. And also something I noticed during that run is we're starting to see the track dry up a little bit. I saw a little bit of tire smoke coming from there. So
Insane.
These cars are going to start to grip up yet again. It's been a roller coaster of emotions and weather today.
It absolutely has. I know it's just been a fun time, though. I mean, I'm smiling, having a good time. Got to play on some of the crazy karts from Taxi Garage.
Oh, and I was telling him as we were on also on a little bit of off time that just every time I see Taxi Garage at one of these events, I just see more of them. It's like they're
spawn.
Yeah, they're spawning, they're mating. There's just more of them.
Don't look behind you right now.
I'm really worried what's gonna.
It's behind you.
Is it?
It's right there.
All right, just tell me what goes away. I'm afraid.
No, it's genuinely right there.
Okay.
You got to look out.
We won't talk about it. Maybe
there's not a camera on us. We'd be going. But here they come on their next run. He needs this lead run to go, and he's hoping for a mistake from the follow. But knowing him, he's going to come through. He is not going to leave it alone. Adam is going to just make it happen.
Oh, no, we just saw a little bit of a straighten up from Adam. I don't know if he straightened up completely or if he was just able to yank the e-brake to keep it sideways.
We'll see based on what the judges are, but it's a really hard thing to follow. There at the end, they're looking good, but the bobbles and the stops and the BMW to be able to chase that's rough. He's trying not to plow into him.
Yeah, and as we were just talking about the track conditions, I'm sure that's playing somewhat of a role because the first half of this track might be drying out a little bit slower than the second half of this track. So I'm sure these guys are floating on that gas pedal just trying to feather it, and then all of a sudden they're retaining all this grip in the chassis, and it's very hard, especially when they're trying to deal with that so close to each other, to both keep it sideways.
Yeah, this is going to be besides the last one that we saw with Savio and them. Those are 8 and 9, but this is going to be number 5 and number 12. It would be statistically an upset, obviously. We're going to see what happens here.
I'm hoping it's a one more time. I mean, we saw a straight, we saw a spin. To me, that
if it's a straight, we don't know. We're not. Unfortunately, we're not a fly on the wall with the judges. I don't want to be them because there's deliberation. They might not be considering it a straight. I don't know. It's hard from my angle. I have a banner over here.
But we'll get word from them really quickly. Another time, just a great shout out to the sponsors that have partnered with us for this event. Thank you to OMP, thank you to Taxi Garage, thank you to Golden Grown, and also thank you to Link ECU. We've got some great commercials. You probably noticed that now we've been running a lot of them. You got to see plenty of them today. I'm sure all these partners are very happy that in this downtime they got all their marketing material out. So we'll always get that out there, but obviously in the future we hope that there's not so many delays. So that way we get to see more action, maybe a little bit less of that, but we're thankful for them nonetheless.
Yeah, the judges have a hard time here. I do not envy that position. Not much, guys. All right, just had a couple drivers coming up looking to see who they needed to talk to for possibly a petition. I don't know exactly who it was. I think I do, but we're going to wait until it's official. You guys are getting some inside scoop here. If you're on the live stream, I don't mind sharing some inside information every now and then, all right? I don't know who to trade stocks for. I don't have that insider information, but I can definitely get you guys some stuff. You know, you got to throw out the cheese, you know? It stinks. Just double bad jokes.
We got to make up for him. I feel like we haven't taken our full Jared Deenda potential yet.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, looks like we have an answer from the judges. Just waiting for that to come into the announcer stand. All right, awesome. We have a good result from that one.
I can't hear it. Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, just remember, we're down here as little people.
So
You're on the scaffolding, but we're
Adam's
still
getting
here.
that one. Yeah, Adam Ginkel. So the judges looked at that and saw that that lead and that he didn't straighten. They took everything to an account. It was an arduous decision, obviously, but they made the call because there was an obvious, did not complete on that first run.
And we're hoping to keep the party moving here. There's going to be a lot of stuff that happens today where it's a little bit hard to tell from just one point of view on this track what everything's going on. But we trust our judges to be doing the best. And we have our sight lap coming out here. Brandon McDowell coming out first, and he's going to go ahead and see what he can make of this track. And he has been our cumulonimbus cloud creator today.
Look at this. This is the most smoke I've seen since it's rained. And he's producing almost the same smoke when it was dry. Phenomenal. Looks like we have a different style to a sight lap here from Brad. Still looks like he's battling something with this car. I wish I would have gotten a chance to talk to him. It was not one of the pits I was able to stop by during the torrential downpour, or he wasn't available.
Yeah, I got a moment to go over and see what was going on with his car, and it sounds to me like what our suspicions were earlier were actually dead on. He had power, and then he didn't have enough grip for it. Gripped up, found out he actually lost power. Now he's trying to switch back up again. I talked to him, and he basically threw his hands up, and he's like, you know what? Like, I just hope things stay the same. I just want to go out there and just try to have the car not change on me and get some good runs underneath my belt. So hopefully this sight lap, he's just, maybe he's going to feel comfortable in the car now. They've looked over something. They've had the time to take a look at it.
It's a dance, man. You've got both parties need to be fully there. The driver, the car. The thing is, the car, you don't need a built-out car. You don't need it to be perfect, but you need something that's a little bit consistent.
Oh, yeah.
It's just going to be a hard uphill battle all day if you've got constant changes going on that aren't in a benefit. If you're saying, hey, I want to make it a little bit looser. Oh, I need a little bit more grip. I need to catch up to these guys. Let's go ahead and change these things. Or let's go to the 100 treadwears. What are we able to run here? Those kind of things are going to help you, but what he's going through is they're trying to figure out that car.
Yeah, and getting familiarity with something that's constantly changing. It's like trying to get someone, getting to know someone who's also changing. So in this case, we're hoping to see a really good battle. Obviously, Brandon McDowell has made himself very well known as a force to be reckoned with. And he's going to start out with leading this battle. So a little bit of gap between them as he starts out. Brandon McDowell, of course, gaslighting the entire audience, not even letting us believe it's wet out there because he's about to send up yet another cloud. We have some trouble behind with Brad Germain
Yeah, unfortunately.
Straighten out. So Brandon McDowell's just going to try to wrap this up, put a bow on it, and at least get this first run with a big advantage of having a petition.
Making it like it's not even there, hitting the second zone that everybody's been fighting for all day, this last outer zone here, and he's making it look easy. And honestly, I like to see it, man. I love seeing the hard battles in the rain. It's unfortunate that some of them went the way they did, but winners came out of it, and we're going to get to see him advance through this and go to the grade 8.
Yeah, and you nailed it too. I mean, where his biggest strength is has been one of the most common weaknesses today. That last outside zone, you have to be really prepared for it. It's all about how you come off of the zone right before it. Actually, the one that's standing right in front of us. We've seen bumpers come across this clippings on the entire day, and the ones who quite literally just touch and go, get out to that last zone, and the ones that sink into it fall into its trap and siren song. Unfortunately,
Absolutely.
They play way too late into it, and it makes it very hard to get to the last zone.
It really does. Now I see Billy getting staged up. I do wonder what's going through right now. Brandon's decision making. What's the word in his ear? Is it, hey, give him space? He's been spinning out in the first one. Do you let him gap you? Or do you come in close and say, you know what? I trust that he's not going to spin. I trust that he's going to be able to have a consistent run, and try to make a close follow. I mean, in this situation, he got a lead run in. That he spun. I'd give him the space.
Yeah, and of course we're also not sure what the deliberation is going to be on if there's an inactive chase. So if he gives him too much room and then Brad takes off with it, then that wouldn't look good either. But here we go. Oh, a massive understeer and plow into corner 1.
And he did the right thing. He gave him car space. He didn't get too far back, and now he gets his swan song.
So there we go. Brandon McDowell with a Ginkel Racing. We've seen him out of question. Now he's here. Showing us what he got. He gave us a thumbs up as he drove past.
Was that a shocker or a thumbs up? I don't know what it was. It was pretty awesome.
All I know is it was for us, and
I was giving the throttle down hand gestures. You know what? He's been fighting it all day, burning to the house down here. Can't wait to see him with that thing dialed, because that is going to be a nice looking car. He is a very talented driver. We've seen it in the other vehicles he's been in. Can't wait until they figure that car out.
And this is also just, there's such a battle and such an advancement that needs to happen off the track. And building car familiarity, setting up your tune, all of that is just something that you don't just slap on a car and have it perfect. You look at drivers like Brandon McDowell, and he has nurtured that car to be grippy and successful, and he's done it with a great team behind him. And Brad's just beginning his journey with that car, so we'll see what he does with it.
Unfortunately, I wish the crowd could hear us. I love getting the crowd amped into this, but I hope you at home right now are getting amped. I hope that you're appreciating drifting just as much as I do. It genuinely is on my TV 24/7. If you come over to my place and YouTube is just FD, and I do love watching the other stuff across the pond. I don't know if we're supposed to be naming all the other type of competitions there are, but just some amazing talent and a very changing sport always. That's one thing I could always say about drifting.
Yeah, and I believe it's actually worth absolutely mentioning, because you see drivers come over from Europe and you see drivers come over from Japan. It's so crazy because drifting seems to be an entire language all on of its own. There's dialects of driving that get emphasized when you put drivers from different parts of the world against each other. And here in Florida, of course, we've got our own niche and our own dialect, and it definitely shows anytime one of our Florida drivers decides to venture outside of Florida.
Sorry, our attention was a little bit stolen away.
So our next battle we should be expecting to see up next is going to be Douglas Sanata versus Hurt from Hoonigan.
No, I think I just saw, because I felt bad that I didn't know exactly who Hurt was, and as soon as I saw him in the pits, I was like, oh, I know that guy. It was like, oh. One of those things where name and face, I don't know. It just wasn't clicking. Wow. The track has dried up so much.
Okay, did anybody tell these guys that was a sight run?
No, I'm pretty sure that they knew.
No, they did. They definitely drove out there like it counted, and I think that was both of them just letting each other know, like, hey, we're about to ignite some fire.
Hey,
here it goes.
Hey, here's my name. What's going on? I'm in spot number 7. You're in spot number 10. Let's make something happen. Between us, one of us is moving on to the grade 8, and I'm excited.
Yeah, that is about as middle as a grid as it gets, aside from our other battle we saw between Savio and Jaden.
That was a rough one. That's why they got it one more time. That's the thing that I love, when you start seeing that kind of pattern emerge and you go, wow, these judges are on it, these drivers are on it. This is what's supposed to be here. And gets me pumped, man.
And both these guys in qualifying, I mean, you're really talking about...
Well, he almost ran into a K-rail. Hurt decided he wanted to say hi to a K-rail. I don't know why. There was a gazebo he said hello to there. He almost touched him. It was great.
And it's worth mentioning these guys in qualifying with the top. Both of these guys had one run that was a 0, and both of these guys put down a score, with Douglas Santana being at a 76 and Hurt being at a 72. Only a 4-point difference between them in qualifying, and both of them zeroing out
across,
on one of them.
what, 6 different zones, 3 different types of judging, and we got within hairs of each other. And they're both throwing down 0, so they came out and gave it all they could. But wait, were they being consistent to make sure they had a number down?
It seems to be.
Because I'm going to say right now, that run was not a 70 run. That was some nice stuff right there.
Well, actually, we have 2 completely different tales here, because we had Douglas that had a 76 first run, and then the second run he said, let me go ahead and put it all on the line, and he unfortunately got a 0 for 3 tires off. And then we had Hurt with his first run being a 0, and then he came back with his redemption song at a 72.
Yep, and I think Hurt turned it down a little. He knew what he wanted. Interesting stuff. I don't know if something actually happened to Hurt's car that made him actually almost hit that K-rail, because I'm seeing a lot of people move over there to look. Maybe they're just saying hi to the guy in the bunny ears. I don't know what's going on. Nope, I hear him going. I'm seeing one car.
Uh-oh.
Did they line up in the wrong position, or?
All right, it sounds like we are going to have a
5-minute
timeout.
timeout. That's got to be what it is.
So if this is one of your first times watching a drift competition, just so you know how this goes, whenever someone needs to make repairs to their car, they only have 5 minutes to do it. So obviously you got to help. It's either one of 2 things: something very easy to fix, or you have a team capable of doing the impossible in 5 minutes.
Yep. Yeah, so it was Hurt. I'm just getting the confirmation. So, yeah, I'm not quite exactly sure what happened there, but I did see when he was going forward, Hurt came up right behind Douglas. Douglas was stopped where he needed to be stopped, and Hurt was pulling off. Now, a 5-minute, do you know all the rules with 5 minutes, right?
Oh, yeah, I just want to explain just a little bit of it. But
oh, sorry, my ear was off talking to the judges.
No, you're fine. No, basically I said it comes down to this. If you got 5 minutes, you have 2 things that you hope you got. 1, something very small to fix at 5 minutes, or 2, a team that can pull off miracles in 5 minutes. And
I've seen some miracles, man. I will say what I do like is they wait until it's on jack stands. They're wanting the people to be safe. So they're not starting the clock until it's on jack stands with this series, which I think is what FD has recently adapted to as well.
Yeah, that's a good approach.
So I just think they're trying to look out for people's safety, because no joke, every single one of these people would jump onto that car with a jack stand, and if that, or with a jack. I keep saying jack stand, but
tools.
just a jack. Yeah, well, with just a jack, and they're going to jump under there, and if that jack loosens up or someone knocks it into it, and now you got a 2,000-pound car on you, that's not fun.
Yeah, and of course in competition we always want to emphasize safety, even if it's just trying to fix things. Cars can be very dangerous if you're just rushing and you're not thinking too much. And luckily here, I mean, it seems like both of these drivers came here with pretty large-sized groups, so hopefully whatever it is, they can get it worked out in 5 minutes. But in the meantime, we're looking on to our next battle. It looks like we've got Lee Yearwood and Eric Noguera who are going to go out and just take a good look at the track.
Lee coming out, no hold bar, sending it.
And once again, this is just a sight lap. They're going out. It's okay that one of the cars got a little bit spinny there. And Lee also just feeling things out.
Lee's having fun out there. Oh, yeah. You can see the tire doing that jump skip. They gripped up that car expecting it to still be wet.
Yeah, they definitely did whatever they could in the pits to see if it was gonna stay wet. And here we just saw that car lurching towards the next clipping zone.
This is awesome. I'm so excited. The thing is, I get a little, the rain. It doesn't bring me down, but I'm over here like, all right, let's get the drifting going. Let's get everything going, and then you just start seeing some stuff. You're like, ooh, it's the trailer. Here it is. It's the story. Oh man, we're gonna get there. I'm just so pumped over here, man.
Well, we've got some great conditions now because not only is it drying up now, it's getting cooler. I know all these drivers are going to be so thankful that their engines are going to run a little bit cooler if they're having overheating issues. I know we talked to Alex Puig earlier, and he is having a little bit of a brake overheating issue. This is the right type of day to be driving. You have a little bit of light, a little bit of dry, a little bit of cool.
Currently have light. I'm looking at that sun, and boy, oh boy, is it setting fast. We got trees out here at Sebring, obviously. Thank you again for letting us be out here. It's just an amazing time every time we're able to come out. Here we coming out on this first one, though. Lee with a nice lead coming up behind him. You got Eric coming up. We saw Eric spin right there, but he isn't. But now, obviously, it was the sight lap. Coming around, trying to make the most, going a little wide, and looks like possibly came out of maybe into a straight. And looks like that wheel is standing still. It's not even touching. He's got the wheel on the ground. Wheel up in the air. Oh my gosh, he is sending it so hard. And then he's got the charge in, and he's coming in on him at the end. What a battle. Wow. If you guys are not looking at the screen, make sure you rewind it, rewatch that run. Ecstatic.
And we've got there's definitely a good example that we just saw there of just how different the track conditions are. I thought it was all dry, and I just saw Lee create a little splash in a puddle over that bump that I saw a lot earlier, and then I just saw a giant cloud follow it. So that man went from zero grip to all of it all at once.
They gripped up that car.
And he stayed into it. You saw definitely, and we haven't seen that front tire lock up as much as he's been locking it up right there. So
well, it wasn't locked up. He was pivoted down so far that it didn't have anything to spin.
Yeah, he was just doing a little three-wheel drift over there,
yeah.
And we know that three-wheel motion is something that we've had popularized in drifting.
I mean, it's definitely cool to see. It's exciting. He's pushing the crap out of it. Please don't be damaged. Do not be hurt. So he's going to jump into the follow position here, and he was kind of getting off track a little slow. Heard one of the judges even yell, "No, don't be damaged."
It does seem like everything's okay, though. I mean, at this point, he's lining up. He's saying he's ready to go,
and
they're off. So
he's made the decision to go, even if he's not okay. Eric taking the lead here, doing an early feint to Manji, coming around.
A big gap between the two of them, and a spin. Lee's got to get out of the way.
Oh,
and he's able to avoid it.
He was giving it the sauce. He wanted it. He was trying to give a good lead run, trying to make it happen. Same exact spot that he spun out in the sight lap. It's not the way you want to see something, but I think that we have an amazing driver going forward. Lee Yearwood, phenomenal run. Very excited to see him in the next battle.
Yeah, and ultimately, of course, spins aren't always the way that you want to move on to the next battle. But here, if you spin, it's because this is definitely something that's designed to be challenging. The people that aren't spinning are displaying a very high level of driving skill. Patchy road conditions are not ideal by any means, and drivers who aren't from Florida can almost never get over them if they only have rain every once in a while. Luckily, these guys, we have every battle. At least one of them is conquering it every single lap. So I think as we move past the top 16, we're lining up to get some great battles later on in this competition.
It's funny you say that because I was actually up in LA for Long Beach, and it rained 2 days while I was there for the week. And I was like, it never rains here. What the heck? Like, I know how to drive in the rain, but everybody was going so incredibly slow in LA. Like, they'd never seen it before in their life. And I'm over here in a BRZ that my friend lent me, and I'm just going, do right through traffic, no problem. Made great time.
Oh, yeah, it's one of those interesting techniques, too, because it's something that you didn't even realize is it's its own skill all on its own. Driving on water is almost like its own motor skill. And I think that we're going to see a lot of that shine here today. I mean, Lee is definitely not he's been around since CFRC. I remember when he was driving a S13 pickup truck drift car. And I mean,
where was I?
He's always been driving something wild, and it's definitely, even though it's an S15, the body might look somewhat normal, not even close.
No, I unfortunately was not around for the CFRC days. OSW really brought me into the fold with one of their 3-day events, and just so happy that worked out.
Oh, my bad calling it an S13, I know. Or S15, I know it's the S15 front. Don't come for me.
In the comments, they already are.
I'm sure they are.
Well, this forum says. It's okay. We all make fun and poke fun at everything, but honestly, we're all very excited to be here. We all want to win. Duarte, oh my gosh, I forgot.
Now, this is our last battle at top 16.
Hold on. I need to hold onto a table. I need to hold onto a table.
I think it's safe to say this is going to be one of our best for last of the top 16. And these are some good drivers.
Look at Duarte sending it out, kicks it out, and then powers through like it was no big deal on purpose. Coming through the zone. He's acting like this is a regular lead run. This guy's insane.
Now, this is a battle that I like to see and I hate to see in the top 16 because both of these drivers definitely have what it takes to be a contender for the entire event. And so unfortunately, someone's end is going to come right now.
You know, I already want to call it one more time. I'm going to tell the judges I have 0 pull here and 0 influence, literally. I'm not even close to joking. But yeah, I mean, Duarte, placed 8th over there. Overall points right now with round 1 was 67. Billy's sitting in position number 2 with 91 points. This right here would be the swing, and they would change places on there. It's not saying that Duarte would become number 2 in the full-on standings, but if he was to move on past him, you know, and keep going, it could be a switcheroo if he wins it.
Yeah, and I think we're already going to start to see a big change in what the points is going to look like because we have already some shakeup. I mean, we have Adam Ginkel, who's now progressing further. We have Savio. That's no surprise that we get to see him again. Brandon McDowell now moving up. I mean, all these guys are going to start to have to weed each other out. It's going to come down to who's really ready to mix up those points. And are we going to see a different number 1 on the top of the championship leaderboard when we walk away from this event today?
Yeah, Adam got 14th, I believe, in the last one with 52 points is what I'm seeing here on the board. So, yeah, he was the last guy to get the 52 because now once you knock into the 15, 35 points. So, definitely interesting the points. I mean, it's the second round. It's so early. It's so exciting. There's so many changes that can happen. It's not like there's one clear-cut guy that's got the points and you can't touch him or something, you know?
Well, one of my favorite things about ProAM that is very encouraging to see here is that in ProAM, just participation makes up for so much of it. I've seen ProAM events pop up for just one season sometimes in different areas of the country where there's different people showing up every round. The points are all over the place. Anyway, and sometimes it's just the guy that shows up every round and puts down points who ends up taking first and getting that license, but no one's going to let that happen here.
No,
everyone's made it clear they're coming every round.
Both of them sending it full speed here with a feint coming around. Duarte with a big lead and shutting down, it looks like a little bit.
Oh, no.
And Billy doing it too, obviously trying to get it. He was sending it as hard as he could there.
The sight lap was more put together than the competition lap.
He is, I guarantee, unfortunately, beating himself up there a little bit. Hopefully, he can clear his head real quick. He's a very driven individual, and I guarantee you he is going to clean it up. Billy's going to put down a lead run, and he's going to try to get on his door.
Now, the judges are ultimately going to be the ones that have to decipher the actual spinning, whether they thought both drivers are going at the same time. One spun because he was trying not to hit the other. Obviously, this is not a situation where you want to analyze that incorrectly because we've seen fingers be pointed the wrong way. And so ultimately, I'm going to say what I've been saying on this next run. Don't leave it in the judge's hand. Don't assume they're going to rule any certain way. Don't assume that they're going to say that the spin was just because of the lead driver. Get out there. Put something down. Really establish that there's a better driver in this battle right now.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a good one for sure. Duarte's not going to let it up for either. So restart.
That's a restart.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, that's probably great news.
Because the rain.
Oh, okay. So they got to wave down as they're approaching the corner. That might spook me and cause me to spin too. Who knows? No, but that's a restart, so we are going to get to see that again. I thought that was out of the ordinary. We just saw a sight lap.
So normally, just like an FD, they have a light where if there's a restart, if there's a jump or if there's something that's happened or if there's some reason, something on the track, they shut it down. And the Duarte might have seen that, and knowing Billy's right on his butt, maybe he doesn't know if he's seen it. He's going to let me go ahead and just get off the track as much as I can. And then he got into the wet, and it spun him.
Yeah, and of course,
that makes way more sense, honestly. I was surprised.
Well, we just heard from the judges, too, that there's also additionally, there's technical difficulties with those lights.
Right.
So it sounds like someone was just waved down in that absence. So here we go. This one's going to count. We have Duarte up front. He's getting chased. And already there's a lot of proximity that's getting started out. This is setting out to make room for a great surge as they fill out this outer zone. Through this transition, it's a great opportunity to close that gap if we're going to capitalize on it. It has to happen here, and he does. He's looking to get inside more as we see both drivers connecting. Oh, a big direct coming from the first driver.
Amazing run by both drivers there. Duarte put down a very solid lead run. Billy was charging in and took a little bit more of an inside angle, trying to catch up and create that space. In doing so, almost put his front end to his, Duarte's front tire, which obviously would have been bad contact. Insane. They're both pushing it, but they were able to control it and come out of it and then still hit both zones.
Yeah, and I mean, no matter what, even if you make a correction, there's no reason to come out of it. It's a dogfight to the end, and even after we saw a couple of different corrections, he made point that, look, I might be bobbling her a little bit, but I'm going to stay right behind you, and I'm not going to sacrifice anything to lose that distance. So we did see that big correction. We lost them a little bit through the smoke. I think it looked like they both got out to that last outer zone.
It looked like, I wasn't 100% on the full outer zone. It looked like they both got there, but I did see Billy charge right in and get right up on him, on Duarte.
Absolutely, and the drivers who are really talented, I like that we're seeing good decisions be made for where to make those surging decisions. We've got a lot of different opportunities, especially with all outer zones. So we've got this big, long transition from outer zone 1 to outer zone 2, where there's great opportunity to transition a little bit differently behind the lead driver to sneak up. You got an outer zone, that full outer zone you can sneak in, take a little bit of a more shallow line, and then that last transition, if you can snap harder than the lead driver, you're going to snap to his door and ends the run on his door.
Yeah, it's...
All right, now we're seeing this next run. We got Billy up front, Savio and Chase. And they're both coming with a fast initiation. Wow. They're not worried about any kind of track conditions.
Whatever, I'm going to go in for it. Billy's charging out. Duarte's trying to make sure that rear end doesn't fly out on him, taking a little bit shallow of the line, coming around in the smoke for Billy, trying to charge forward. Coming in. We're going to get some proximity here. In the smoke, and I can unfortunately not see very well. It looks like Billy was just outrunning him.
Yeah, Billy looked like he was all the way gripped up, and he was hitting every zone just right. Savio, an incredible driver, but I think he was having a relatable issue to us. Duarte, sorry.
It's okay. Both from the Drift HQ family, both great guys. It's okay. It's easy to confuse, I guess.
And they're always here together. I feel like anywhere you go, there's never just one or the other. There's definitely both. But definitely, I think he was having the same position, same trouble in the chase position we were having just watching from our position. I mean, getting through that smoke on TV, if you've never been in a car chasing a car that's making tons of smoke, it is no joke. There's not a little bit of vision. There's not a lot of vision for sure. There's nothing. You're going through smoke screen, and you just have to trust your muscle memory and instincts that you're going to come out the other side and that when you can see, you're still close to the guy in front of you.
Yeah, just making sure. Billy's going to move forward on that round. Very exciting for him. Sorry, I wasn't trying to see on not enthused. I just tried to choke on a Skittles here. It was the new flavored lime one. You know, they brought it back from Apple, so.
All right, well, definitely I see Billy moving on, and, you know, I think that's a fair decision, definitely. I mean, when you compare the two runs side by side, I think you'd see that there was just a little bit more tenacity on the chase run from Billy, and then when you changed it the other way around, you saw Duarte was just having a little bit of trouble chasing him down with the same amount of aggression. And, like, again, they're both great drivers, both deserve to be here, and I'm sure both of them are going to show what they're made of in this competition.
Absolutely. Now, are they getting sight laps again each round, or are we in...
No, that was at the end. So after that 5-minute break, it looks like we saw Hurt make his way back out here. And Doug is going to go ahead and lead. I think this is a real run, and unfortunately, it seems like Hurt having a little bit of
trouble. Douglas showing why he's here, showing us why he's number 7, coming out and ripping.
Yeah, and Douglas is another one of those drivers, like where I mentioned I had seen them at Clutch Kickers, that last finally hurrah for that track. All the drivers that showed up that had a lot of experience there were just trying to tap doors as much as they could, and he was in attendance as well. And it looks like he did a little bit of cleaning, because I'm sure after that event I saw dozens of tire marks all over his door and many that he'd put on others as well. And a fantastic job to the people that are hosting this stream. I know it's been difficult throughout the day with the weather conditions and all, of course, running a little bit behind schedule, but our technical team here is bringing you this stream, has done a tremendous job getting it all together. And, of course, we're blessed to have additional technology out here. I mean, we've got Flyday FPV getting down in the skies and just making sure that we've got a good angle from above of these runs, and it's definitely needed. We're all on level ground here, so that's a very cool perspective to have out there on track.
All right, and they're lining up. They're getting ready. Douglas, Hurt, they're going to switch, so Hurt's going to go ahead and take the lead here. Charging out Hurt, wanting to initiate. Douglas going to give him a little bit of space. We're going to see him power on here soon and get nice close proximity.
There we go, Hurt bobbing a little bit, and Douglas taking that moment to emphasize he's going to have to get through that smoke screen so that way he can close that gap. There's a bit of a gap there. We saw a mistake on the previous run. Woo! Doug seeming to play a little bit more strategic there. I know Doug can be a lot more aggressive than that. He seemed like he was just trying to play the way he needed to, considering what had just happened on the previous run. And Hurt doing the exact opposite. As soon as he felt confident to plant it through the rest of the run, he said, adios, I'm out of here. All right, so we're hearing the judges have deliberated. We're waiting for the drivers to come up to the front of the track to hear what's happened. As the other announcer is rallying up the judges. All right, so we are waiting to see that announcement, and it looks like Doug is going to be the one moving on to the next round. I mean, honestly, well-deserved. Unfortunately, it seemed like Hurt had a little bit of issue. We obviously had to have that 5-minute timeout. He's still getting accustomed to that car, but one event at a time, that thing's going to be a shredder. Yeah, it's unfortunate to see. Would love to see him moving on, but I really do think Douglas showed up, made a consistent run. It was, I think, an easy decision for the judges. And now, I mean, hey, I was talking about us getting some good battles, and I mean, now look at what we put together here. I know. I mean, we've got such an amazing stack going into our grade 8. We've got Sasha versus Savio. Dude, I don't even know how I'm going to not be talking the entire time. I'm over here ecstatic. And another good matchup, in my opinion, Connor O'Sullivan versus Adam Ginkel. He's getting great matchups as he moves on through his competition, and he's been so consistent today that there's no telling why he couldn't move up into the next round. Adam Ginkel is no joke somebody that just always is there, wanting to grow, pushing himself. He listens. He follows what he can. He's surrounded by great people and just knows what he needs to do while he's out here, and he's going to try to capitalize on that. And I think another point to that, too, is, I mean, these other battles on the other side of the bracket, we now have Doug, that we just saw going against Brandon McDonald. The points leader. The points leader and the smoke captain, and that's going to be the smokiest match of the night. And both of those drivers are clearly the ones that are out here with a personal vendetta against smoke. They got to make it happen. They actually said it wasn't cloudy enough, and they wanted to help contribute, is what I was understanding. So we'll do our best to announce when it's their turn, but if we can't see the run, we can't really tell you what's going on. We'll let the judges figure out what's happening on that one. Absolutely. Do you want more Skittles? Is that what you just said? Coming over to the announcer, like, hey, can I get some of your candy that helps you with your throat so you can continue to talk? Yeah, no worries. All right, so we're getting that next battle going, and Sasha coming in. Oh, no, looks like we have Jaden out there, so that's Jaden versus Sasha. What's going on? Did a wrong name get written on our roster? I think so, but I do believe we were told originally it was Savio. I'm very happy, though, to see if it's Jaden that's moved on. Give me 2 seconds, because we have people copying our roster. I think our roster's on over here.
somehow he had hurt himself. Top 16.
Between Savio and Jaden.
Yeah, Jaden.
Oh, okay. So we had misheard something from the judges. We're very happy to see that Jaden's in this.
I'm sad to see Savio's not. I don't know how that got messed up on our paper, unfortunately.
I believe that in that Savio stole.
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah, that's right. That did happen. So that was just us. Writing down things.
Yeah. No, I thought that was the call, but then when I looked at the sheet, I saw that, and I just maybe thought I missed something or something. No, I don't. The thing is, we've had a lot of people coming and grabbing our sheet, so maybe somebody had changed it on here. You guys are getting to hear all the behind the scenes here. So we were sitting right next to the judges, and there was zero miscommunications. Everything was very smooth, everything like that. Unfortunately, with the rain, everything that's gone on, and we have no chairs, we have nothing up there, and there's just not space. The cables, one of the cables broke, so that's why nobody can not hear us here, and that's why we can't be up there.
So we saw that first run. Now we're going to have Jaden run, and we're going to look for Sasha to give chase. And Jaden's going to give everything he can. We know that Sasha has a grippy car, so Jaden's got to grab all the traction he can on this track to make the most of it and hopefully pull a gap. We saw some decent proximity on that previous run, and it looks like Sasha's going to return the favor.
Sasha charging in. Look at him go, taking a good line. He's going to get right on his door. Following it. Great transition, and he's on his door.
Wow.
Coming around the final zone. Going through the arch. Holy cow. I'm pulling the cables off. I'm pulling the soundboard, guys. I'm ripping this building apart. This is why I'm here. I get pumped. I get excited. I hope you guys are home listening to this, watching it, because if you're not, you're going to miss out.
When I talked about this earlier, too, and even during qualifying, we saw some drivers just, putting down runs, and then we saw in top 16, all of these guys have obviously gone. And now as we're moving further into competition, there's less and less to be left on the track. It gets to the point where you either have no choice to leave it all out there or go home. And so the drivers, that was great runs, great driving from both of them, honestly.
I feel horrible not have seen the first run because I saw them come out and I didn't know what was going on. I looked at the judges, I looked around, I was trying to talk to you. I don't know how that first run went. I wasn't watching it.
But it looks like at least we got to see them when they got closer to us. It seemed like they did have some decent proximity, but the judges have a great view up there, a little bit elevated from us.
Jaden?
Oh, wow. Jaden gets the win. The 14-year-old boy wonder is coming and taking names at this competition. Incredible job. And I know that means a lot to him. He's been working on his driving all day, critiquing anything he can, and ultimately such a great foundation under him as a driver. He's got so many years ahead of him, yet he's looking at all the right ways to improve his driving, and clearly it's all paying off today.
In the Jackson performance, that is obviously working in his favor, and he is commanding it like it's his. It's amazing. All right, coming up in the next one. Wow, coming out early with the BMW, leading right away. The G35 is going to have, well, it's an Infinity, but you know what I mean. Coming in hard. We're going to try to see what goes on here.
This is Adam Ginkel in a chase position. There's a little bit of a gap that he's going to have to make there, but unfortunately that BMW is just so grippy.
Talking about Connor the whole time has been gripped up throwing smoke. That's going to be a hard follow and chase no matter what you look like it, and he was running out on him. I mean, it wasn't that it was a drag race, but I mean...
Yeah, and that's a tough one. I mean, the track is a wide line. There is opportunity for you to take advantage and take a shallow run, but ultimately when your car is an absolute rocket, it gets to be a little bit difficult no matter what parts of the track you want to sacrifice to stay anywhere in the same ballpark. But that's Connor O'Sullivan. That was in the lead position. Now he's going to turn around and give chase.
He's driving like a madman. It's not even that it's just a rocket. I mean, at a certain point, you could have equal cars. You see it with a lot of the guys that have the Zs, and OSW see it a lot, obviously. Tons of Zs out there. They're the same builds. They're all on WiseFab. They're all the Cosmos wheel. They're all the same stuff. And you see the quality of driver makes the difference. You know, it's not just a car, but obviously both those cars were tuned in. Both those drivers were on lock, and I can't wait to see this next one.
Yeah, and those grippy setups on these cars. I mean, a lot of people who've never driven before, they might think that, oh, you get in there, the car wants to do it. No, those cars will fight you if you don't know how to throw them into a corner hard.
Number 4 qualifier chasing Adam Ginkel. Number 5 qualifier coming through.
And there we go, Adam Ginkel showing that same consistency he's shown all day, although that proximity behind him is creeping up like a shadow. And then we see that transition. Oh, there's actually a pretty decent-sized gap there.
Got a good runway,
straight.
and we've gotten a straight, and something happened here.
What is going on? And the car comes to a complete stop.
It looks like Connor O'Hara has had a fire, possibly. He looked like he was about to get out of his car.
Unsure of what's going on, but I'm sure Adam is not worried at all about this.
Adam doesn't have rearview mirrors, so he doesn't even know this happened.
Oh, so we'll have to, someone's going to have to let him know. He's going to say, oh, where'd that other car go? He was just behind me.
Are we seeing the same wet spot here? Did we blow a motor?
I do see a little bit of wet there. Hopefully.
It's so hard because it's been patchy. I don't know if that spot was wet before.
Yeah.
There's no replay for me to go.
Unfortunately, well, on the bright side, nothing catastrophic happened, even if it's just a simple engine failure. Unfortunately, those things sometimes can lead to much worse. The car seems, though, to be preserved other than whatever broke, clearly. The driver's out, he's okay. And Adam over there even asking, what's up?
Adam's going to go ahead and give them space so that they can properly look at it. I do believe that is oil on the track. We're seeing cones get put out. They're looking at the track condition right now. We've got Jackson here shining some lights on it. We're going to see exactly what happened. They got the flap lead coming to pick them up. Unfortunately, this is just horrible. I feel bad for the driver. I feel bad for the team. Also, we're going to be here. If that's oil on the track, which I believe it is, the cleanup is going to take us into even later in the night to finish this competition.
All right, well, on the bright side, everything is going finally smooth now. Unfortunately, this incident happened, but there is at least no more weather that's going to be holding us up.
Don't say that yet. Don't get jinxed.
But we're going to go ahead and throw to commercial. And I know that you guys have been looking at this stuff a bunch of times today, but I promise this time we're just going to get a car off the track. We'll be right back with the action. Stay with us.
Link is the engine management solution for champions the world over. We know what it takes to win, pushing boundaries, performing under pressure, and having the best people on your team. Our tech support are performance specialists, available 24 hours and ready to talk one-on-one about your winning formula. Link ECU, the performance, reliability, and power to get to the podium.
Team Taxi Garage here. Use code USDC during the live stream for 10% off store-wide.
Tire Streets presents Rethink Your Rubber, featuring the Accelera 651 Sport, the premier drifting tire. Let's check it out. The Accelera 651 651 Sports is made of a race compound that provides superior grip on a multitude of track surfaces. Built with sturdy sidewalls and a tread pattern designed for racing, the Accelera 651 Sport shines in any area. No other 200 tread wear tire can rival the life and durability of the Accelera 651 Sport. Paired with Tire Streets, who offers free shipping and a 30-day money-back guarantee, you can't go wrong. Show off for your friends with superior speed, grip, and tire smoke. We hope you enjoyed this presentation. We challenge you to rethink your rubber. Drive responsibly.
management solution for champions the world over. We know what it takes to win. Pushing boundaries, performing under pressure, and having the best people on your team. Our tech support are performance specialists.
Guys, Team Taxi Garage here. Use code USDC during the live stream for 10% off store-wide.
Tire Streets presents Rethink Your Rubber, featuring the Accelera 651 Sport, the premier drifting tire. Let's check it out. The Accelera 651 Sports is made of a race compound that provides superior grip on a multitude of track surfaces. Built with sturdy sidewalls and a tread pattern designed for racing, the Accelera 651 Sport shines in any area. No other 200 tread wear tire can rival the life and durability of the Accelera 651 Sport. Paired with Tire Streets, who offers free shipping and a 30-day money-back guarantee, you can't go wrong. Show off for your friends with superior speed, grip, and tire smoke. We hope you enjoyed this presentation. We challenge you to rethink your rubber. Drive responsibly.
Link is the engine management solution for champions the world over. We know what it takes to win. Pushing boundaries, performing under pressure, and having the best people on your team. Our tech support are performance specialists, available 24 hours and ready to talk one-on-one about your winning formula. Link ECU, the performance, reliability, and power to get to the podium.
Team Taxi Garage here. Use code USDC during the live stream for 10% off store-wide.
Tire Streets presents Rethink Your Rubber, featuring the Accelera 651 Sport, the premier drifting tire. Let's check it out. The Accelera 651 Sports is
Welcome back, guys. Sorry, our volume was off there. I'll let you take it away.
All right, welcome back. Again, we just had, if you're just now joining us again, we apologize for taking a little bit of a break. This time it wasn't massively because of weather. We did have an incident on track. We were getting a car off track after what appeared to be an engine failure, and now we're moving on to our next battle. And while that was happening, we had yet again a little bit of drizzle. So now we're back to wet conditions all over again.
Yeah, so the last one that we guys had and that we ended up leaving on was Connor O'Hare going against Adam Ginkel. And Connor O'Hare honestly was actually having a dry sump issue earlier today. And after finding that out, there was probably some damage done interior-wise to that motor. And he said, you know what, we're just going to send it. And so looking at what happened, he sent it on the first lap, was looking like a good run, coming in, trying to get that good follow, and he put the power on, put down the smoke machine, and unfortunately the motor said, I can't handle it anymore. Luckily didn't put a bunch of oil on the track, so very fortunate there. But what that does mean is Adam Ginkel moving on to the top 4.
Yeah, I'm extremely excited to see him. I mean, I've been cheering him on all day to try and move further in this competition, and now he's been able to capitalize on just that. Once again, not exactly your traditional way in a battle to move forward, but anything can happen in drifting. We've literally seen it all happen today. We've seen spins from drivers who don't usually spin. We've seen engine shutoffs. We've seen weather conditions change on and off again. I mean, these drivers, they're being put through the ringer, and not just their cars, but even, I mean, hey, we were supposed to be done hours ago. And these drivers, now it's affecting their endurance. They've been here all day since early morning, and it's nighttime, and they are still going.
I had to get the perfect selfie. I'm sorry. I was holding the paper.
You're good. Oh, my goodness. This piece of paper has
That's
been
why I
through
was
it.
being very careful with it. No, I just saw lightning. I just saw lightning right there.
All right, maybe you're the only one who saw it.
No, they have the radar system that checks and it like monitors all the lightning strikes within the distance. Hopefully we were good there. But either way, here we go. Coming out.
Oh, wow, look at that. Not even room to be given on initiation as we see
Look
Doug
at him.
capitalizing on this on Brandon McDowell's door. They don't care what the track conditions are. They're going to go out and leave nothing left as Brandon McDowell throwing that outer zone. Doug is right there. Now we have this long transition to give him more room to reel it in. A little bit of bobble as he tries to utilize all the grip in that BMW. Look at them. Door to door to come around out and win.
A little bit of a hiccup there by the follow driver, but the lead was a little bit shorter. Didn't go into the zone, but what an amazing time.
We saw door-to-door action now, and I think it's the closest we've seen two drivers get today. And the end of the run, we saw just a little bit of separation, but honestly, I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. This is Pro-Am Series. I mean, you're watching pro-level driving here, and and it's definitely just one step on its way there. So that's Brandon McDowell versus Doug. I mean, we knew this was going to be a good battle from the start. And we know that whoever wins this one is going to have to put in work. I mean, our next battle is going to be amazing on its own. We have Lee Yearwood versus Billy Mitchell. And whoever wins that has to go against the winner from this battle. No one's getting any break or vacation for now. You just... good call on that one. You stopped me from sacrificing
well,
the paper.
it's because I saw you put it down earlier, and that's what got it super soaked, and it's okay.
We'll just have to keep it like
That's why I've
this
been
from now
holding it.
on.
That's why I've been holding it, yeah. Because as you can see,
It's all soaked now. Man, I am actually surprised that we've had no fatalities of any kind of electronics or anything
we
today.
lost a cable.
Oh, we did lost a cable. Okay. That's not too bad. There could be others. I know cables run expensive, but...
Yeah, do you have the pen? I'm going to just stab a hole in this paper real quick.
No, I looked for it. I'm starting a bracket on my phone, actually.
Ah.
So we'll be doing it that way. So once we have a deliberation from this one, I believe the winner of this one was Jaden, right?
Oh, I didn't. Again, either way, we'll look at this right now. We'll figure out the bracket. coming down. Underglow
Oh
City
my gosh,
coming in for the
returning the
charge.
favor.
How
Look
did
at
he
that.
not just touch him? That was insanity. He might have made contact, actually.
Yeah, that might have looked too good to be true. That was an aggressive dive on turn 1.
It's going to be hard for the judges. It's going to be hard for us. We don't have a replay. The lightning in the background of the Suzuki car coming around. I don't care, but it's an amazing time. That would have been the best photo of the night right there. Oh my goodness. Coming around, we're going to see what the judges decide here. What happened? They're deliberating. They're trying to see what they can.
Wow. Yeah, that's definitely right there. All right, so we are just trying to wrap up our. If you're wondering where we are in the bracket, we are just trying to wrap up our top 8 and figure out who our final 4 is going to be. So far, the other side of the bracket is already settled, and it looks like we've had a very surprising upset. We've seen now Sasha get knocked out. We've seen Savio get knocked out, and Alex Pua getting knocked out, and so Jaden is going to be the one moving up from that side of the bracket, and he's going to be facing Adam Ginkel, who's on his way, who's taken out Marcelo, and obviously Connor O'Sullivan, who took out Joseph Love earlier in the competition. And so now we're making out our other side of the bracket. The winner of this battle right here is going to determine one half of the opposite side of our final 4.
Patiently waited at the starting line, and pumping in time. A deathly maneuver and moving for rank. No, nobody just wants to hear some. No, all right.
We're getting one step closer. Slowly but surely, we're seeing this competition take shape.
Yep. And I'm just going to confirm from the judges. I saw the point, but I do want to just confirm. Brandon, for top points leader, number 2 qualifier, moving on to the top 4 right now.
All right, so that next battle is going to be Lee Yearwood versus Billy Mitchell, and we've seen both of these drivers conquer their previous battles. They're definitely going to be really consistent coming into this one, hopefully, because we've just seen them
there. I just saw. Is this a sight lap?
Yeah, I do believe this is a sight lap. Both of them just trying to get a look at what they're working with, and it seems like it's been really consistent. It seems like whenever it gets wet, the first half of the track wetter than the second half of the track.
Billy, happy with what he's seen apparently, going back to line up.
He's like, I get it. It stinks out here.
What he's gonna do is, so it's the backside of the first after initiation. So if they're willing to come through, start initiation early on the 3 cones of start here, and they come in and take a nice slow and then power through on that inside, stay away from the big bump out here with the water on it, we're golden.
Yeah, and I think they know that that's pretty much just the territory they got to be safe in. It seems like once they get out of that, it's smooth sailing. Go back to regular business as usual and just finish the run, pour your smoke, get out of there. And even at night, it looks like the track on this side, at least from what we can see, is back to being pretty dry again.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely see mixed conditions out there on this cross section here, but ultimately they've been smoke showing as much as they can trying to clean this track up. I mean, the track workers cleaned it up rather quickly, but this was a sprinkle. It wasn't really enough to warrant them to come out. So we're seeing a lot of lightning in the back. I actually got some film of it. I put it up on my Instagram story for Dustin Motors. Here they are coming in, powering in. Billy sliding in. Holy cow. Not lifting. Following wide. Throwing the big angle to come in and try to match his follow. Coming around. Oh, my goodness.
And we're looking for that iconic surge come from Billy Mitchell. A lot of grip in his car, and he's emphasizing it right now behind Yearwood. And both of them getting that outside zone and reaching for that last outside zone. I mean, look at that. All day these drivers can sit there on the line exactly as the judges asked them to. Now it's a matter of how close to each other they can get. That's going to be a hard run to go into the next and really emphasize how much better of a driver you are. That was just consistent by both drivers.
Lee's not giving an inch on it. He was like, hey, you're going to have to catch me. I'm going to throw down. I'm going to put the angle in. I'm going to make sure this all works. And Billy the Kid coming out trying to make it happen.
And he definitely made Billy work for it. I mean, he knows how grippy Billy's car is, and I'm sure he's aware of that even in the chase run. He's going to give it everything he's got to not give him any room, because I'm sure he knew that he was at least able to get some proximity. And this is going to shape up our last corner of our top 4 bracket. Right now we've already got Jaden versus Adam Ginkel on one side, and it's going to be Brandon McDowell versus whoever wins this one. I mean, this side of the bracket is just fight to the death.
It's the whole bracket. Everybody showed up. This was a group of killers. We put them in a box. We're seeing what shakes out, and what's coming out of it right now is some grade A drifting, and they're going against every adverse thing here and making it happen. And here we go, looking like we've got Lee and Billy coming down. Billy throwing down, coming in, handbrake, pulling around. Both of them looking like they're waiting until they get around the angle just to pull that power. They know that it's wet back there.
Going really wide is Lee, and now there's a massive gap that he's going to have to pull. That was a big correction.
Lee not taking it, sitting down, though, charging in. Coming in, trying to make something of this. Trying to make sure the judges can't just say Billy's walking away with it, and he's not letting him. He's coming over and trying to get on that door.
Absolutely. He knew what went wrong, and he immediately said, you know what, I'm giving this everything to the end. If I'm bleeding, you're bleeding too. And
that golf cart scared me for a second.
yeah, I was wondering, was that out there during the run?
I was like, what just happened?
All right, who are we looking at on this side?
Hold on.
Copy that.
What are you trying to see? Oh, it's on his phone.
Full night say you're good to
Jaden versus Adam.
All right, the judges debating, trying to make a decision of 2 great drivers here. 2 gladiators. What does Caesar say? Thumb up or thumb down? Left or right? Which direction's it going to be? I'm holding my breath, but I'm going to cheer as soon as anything's said because both drivers deserve to move forward to the top 4. Not once have I ever wanted to be a judge. I'm just telling you right now, this is where I want to be or on the track.
And these drivers, too, no strangers to competition. They have been in any type of situation you can get yourself in competition.
Guys, I'm hearing it. Nail biter, drum roll. Lee moving on, beating Billy just barely. The judges having to work tirelessly to figure that one out, but Lee's going to walk forward into the top 4.
That was a tough one. I definitely would not have wanted to be the one to make that decision, but I mean, hey, both those guys.
Looks like we've got a petition coming up. I can't give you guys any information on it yet, but once I have anything to give, if anything comes of it, it will be announced.
Now, obviously, these drivers, I hope they're all realizing that we are kind of a little bit limited by our technology.
He's petitioning right now, though, so you got to – okay.
So we're taking a look at what's going on. Obviously, the tension's very high in these types of competitions, and unfortunately, we aren't Formula Drift. We don't have access to replays. All we can do is get the best perspective possible and try to make the best decisions with what we got. Luckily, we've got 3 experienced judges up there in the booth. We've got Pat Gooden, we got Kelsey Rawlings, and we got Jeff Abbott, 2 Pro 1 Formula D drivers in the past, and then 1 current Pro 2 driver. So as they deliberate, though. But it looks like all things, if they stay the same, we do have our top 4 finally. We have Jaden going against Adam Ginkel, and we have Brandon McDowell going against Lee Yearwood. I mean, the stories of what's happened today for these drivers to get here, especially with Jaden and Adam Ginkel, they were both have been David and Goliath stories all on their own, all the way to get up to each other. And now it's David on David. It might as well be Goliath on Goliath.
Oh, no, I think it is Goliath on Goliath. We're saying David versus Goliath, but in reality, I think it's a bunch of literal aces out here.
Oh, absolutely.
around.
And I think that that's what's really misleading for people is if you're sitting there and you think of drag racing or you're thinking of, when it comes to time attack, the way the car is built, you assume that's the faster person. And in drifting, you can never make that assumption. You can't look at a car and see how much money is in it and assume that that's the guy who's going to walk away the winner. Because here we have a Corvette that we know has an angle kit, but we know that the mods are not as exclusive as a lot of the cars that we've seen out here today. And also Adam Ginkel working on his car one part at a time, just making sure it's really catered to him. And I got to say, those things are consistent today.
Adam's car, in my opinion, I thought was a seat time car and a fun car, and he put it into this comp status, and he's really showing up. And the team that he surrounded himself with, when you talk about the people around Billy, you talk about the people around him, everybody out here is just showing up with their team, with their boys, and everybody out here bleeds, sweats, drifting.
And I think it's no different than any other motorsport when it comes to the team aspect. A lot of times people just see the driver behind the car and they say, oh, well, it's just driver against driver. The teams are so in-depth in the process of these competitions. They're looking out after each other. They're giving each other tips. They're working on setting up the tune. They're giving each other hands on the car. And it's such a team effort that sometimes the person getting underneath your car isn't even from your team. Sometimes someone from another team is just trying to get in on that camaraderie.
Yeah, no, I've had the fortune of spotting clutch kickers, working as crew. I didn't get to drive at the competition, but I have gotten to drive the Emerald Coast track before it went away. Phenomenal experience, great track, so much fun. Wish I would have gotten into being into the comps and stuff. That would have been a whole lot of fun. But, it's just been a blast out here. The last few years for me into drifting has been a blur, and it's just been the best possible, going at it sideways as fast as possible.
And the people are unlike any other. I was explaining earlier on when we were just walking around the pits that I don't believe there's a single person from my high school that I still talk to. But some of these people I've known since 2012 and beyond, and I know everything about them. I stay in touch with them. I say hi to them, and it's interesting because anytime you come to the track, once you're instilled in the community long enough, it's a giant family reunion when you come over.
Every time, every time. Chris Jackson running back and forth, the man of the hour, as always. I'm listening in. Sorry, guys, trying to eavesdrop here to the judges talking with him. A petition came through, obviously, on the hit that we had seen. What we think was a hit. We really can't tell. Maybe the drone had angle. I don't know. I can't tell you. I know it was close.
Yeah, and it's definitely not the ideal area of the track for us to try and deliberate because, I mean, that is way, on the opposite side. The angle that hit, that would have been perfect for a wrestling match if you're trying to see some WWE action.
Oh, I was doing some tightrope earlier. I was trying to argue with one of the judges, funny-wise, not literally. I was coming up there, and I was like, let's go. And we've determined it's going to be a karaoke battle instead now. So you can look out for that in the stories. But definitely some interesting stuff. The good thing is these judges have taken notes. It's not just something, hey, one-off. Looking at a sight lap here, I believe.
Yeah, so we now get to see our battle again. These are the two drivers who I've got to say are just – these drivers must have woken up and had this – amazing energy about them from day one. Yeah,
they chose violence.
They just knew right away.
I mean, on one hand, you have Jackson Performance vet, 16-year-old Canadian pilot here coming out of nowhere, been pumping it through, and then we've got the Florida local rolling through Adam Ginkel, just being at everything recently. I don't think he's not showing up to an event.
And this is not one where I even want to try and act like I have a favorite. I mean, Jaden on Team Jack's Performance along with myself, I mean, I try to watch that kid grow and give him as much expertise and knowledge as I can, and just along with all of us, and he is just a sponge. He absorbs everything. He wants to get better so quickly. And then you got Adam Ginkel. He's already been doing that. He started driving at a really young age, and he started just with a simple KA S13 back when that was the more obtainable car to get started with.
It's not unobtainium back then. I mean, it's gotten crazy. But position number 5 for qualifying Adam, position number 9 for Jaden. We're going to see who's getting to go into the final bout.
And both these drivers have just had something awaken in them since top 16. I mean, we saw all of the practice, all of qualifying. These drivers were really exploring everything, and then now it's showtime. They are locked in. They're positioning their cars in the exact same places every single run. It's like clockwork. So doing it behind each other, I think these cars are pretty well matched up too. It seems like the grip levels are pretty similar. It seems like the amount of power seems around in the right place. You do have one car out there that's obviously V8, so there's a little bit of torque, but then the other one is just so consistent with their throttle patterns. I mean, it really is going to be something where there's huge potential for door-to-door action from turn 1 to the end.
Yeah, and I'm hoping for it. I want this to be a showstopper. They deserve it. The crowd is standing. Everybody's excited. We still have a decent number of people here, not just people from the teams. We have fans that have waited in their cars, waited to see this competition, drove out. I know I personally drove from Orlando. That doesn't seem that far, but it's still a drive. It's not a home track, you know?
Yeah, and the fans, they have their own marks to go home with. If they didn't go home with merch, they're going to go home with a plethora of evidence that they were here today. They're going to have sunburns. They're going to have wet, soggy socks, and they're going to have dirt all over themselves. They're going to be finding rubber in their ear and hair for the next 3 days. I'm sure of it.
Yep, it looks like the Corvette's coming off. I wonder if there was something technical there that he's taking maybe a 5 for.
Hoping we will find
Did
something
we just get
out
shut
here
down because of
soon.
lightning? I'm seeing a track official.
What was all that?
Jaden doesn't want to call 5 minutes, but Jaden's dad wants to call 5 minutes. Yeah, sure. You never jumped the fence and
We got a 5-minute call on Jaden's team. Well, we're standing in the rain currently. Not opposed. I'm just saying we're standing in the rain, having a good old time. How are you?
Protest, 5 minutes. Protest, and then Jaden's 5 minutes. Why Jaden? I have no. Well, Jaden initially wanted to take mine, then he changed his mind, but in his crew chief, he's like, we're taking it 5 minutes. For what? Just to relax.
Jaden's going back on track. We did start his 5-minute clock, but they're just sending the car back out. It was just a sputter or something.
Oh, okay. So they had something going on.
Yes, he officially did call his 5 minutes.
All right,
so once you call your 5 minutes, you don't get to say, oh, no, I don't want it anymore. It's just not how it works. So that used his 5 minutes. If he decides to go back on track, he decides to go back on track.
Yeah, we heard a little bit why finally. So, yeah, they did pull off. Jaden pulled his 5 minutes, and we believe it was because of a little bit of a sputter that they heard. Brought it in. Turns out it's nothing serious. No reason to use the 5 minutes to repair anything. But nonetheless, like you just said, the 5 minutes is used. You moved off the line. You weren't ready to go anymore. Now they're going to have to restage. So hopefully everything is going to be good from now on. I'd love for the stutter to not progress to anything because he's had such a great run so far today.
Yeah, it's a lot. I know I literally just filled up the other day, and I feel like the gas I put in was water into my car, and it just did not run well. And then I go and put some nice ethanol in there, and wow, magically it works again perfectly. It's crazy. But the little things, man, the little things happen. Could have been the smallest little thing. Him and the driver. The driver said he didn't want to call the 5 minutes. It was the crew chief. He probably gave the information over the microphone. The dad was, which is his crew chief, said, let's bring it in just to be sure.
Yeah.
The driver was like, well, since it's called. I have to go in now.
All right, so it looks like we're going to be able to stage those guys up. Adam Ginkel and Jaden are going to go once again. And while it's been happening, I mean, we've been troopers for you guys as well back at home. We've got all of our sound equipment just covered with a trash bag right now. We're trying to stay dry. We're getting a little bit of drizzles on us. And that also means a little bit of drizzles are landing on the track right now. So hopefully the track conditions aren't changing too much while we wait for Adam and Jaden to get lined up. Ultimately, again, probably a wise decision if there's some sort of engine sputtering to come in. But hopefully it doesn't progress because now they did use it, and you only get one per every competition.
Yeah, you only get the one. I will say I'm not as much worried about the rain right now. I don't know if you heard, they're calling lightning. We've got out at 10 miles. If it comes into that 8, which means we're 2 miles away, and we know it's blowing a little bit. We've seen the lightning constantly. You just saw another one there. Some stratus clouds throwing some lightning back and forth, and Yeah, man. Hopefully we just stay out of that 2-mile perimeter there.
And that would be, what, our third, fourth time trying to, trying to get out of
We
the
were
water?
closed down for over an hour.
Oh, yeah. Enough
Well
time for me
over
to
an
run to
hour.
Popeyes and get a chicken sandwich.
You went to Popeyes.
Oh, yeah, I did.
There was chicken over at Smoke Daddy's for you, man.
I already took that bowl from earlier today. I didn't know if we were allowed to double dip. I figured I was
There's
just
2 meals a
like-
day, yeah. 2
Oh.
meals a day on this program. So what he does is he actually has a business in it, and so the team and the crew, and they say, hey, we have this many people that need to be fed. They give a price, and he feeds all those people, so he ends up feeding almost all of Clutch Kickers.
Ah, so there was
During
one with my
Clutch Kick-
name on it.
There was. It's actually sitting in the trailer. I saw it sitting there.
Wow. So Popeyes, man. I could have had that anywhere, but this,
I know.
I
It's
didn't
okay.
know.
It's still sitting there. It's just a little cold now.
goodness.
The rice was perfect.
I'm sure it was. No need to rub it in. I've learned my lesson. I'm going to take it to the grave
You did
now.
have the 7 herbs and spices. Oh, wait, that's KFC. I'm doing apparently a promo for them right now. Competitive chicken places here.
Oh, and I don't mean to promo Popeyes. I mean, this is I will admit that I felt guilty because I had Popeyes yesterday, and
You
I've
just
never
said
had Popeyes for like
4 or
the last
5
year.
times in a row.
But you know, no. They let me down. They let me down. Second day in a row, I asked for an apple pie, and they said no. Today, they rang me up for it, and they're like, it's a 6-minute wait. I'm like, you failed to recognize that. I'm an announcer for a ProAM Series Round 2 competition. I can't just sit here.
You were just name dropping.
Can't
like
just,
that.
yeah, I don't mean to, but like you're going to make me wait for 6 minutes.
What I want to do is I just want to relive this real quick. I'm somebody behind you.
Yes.
Okay, I wasn't really there, but I'm behind you, and I see you. It's going to take how long for my apple pie, my cherry pie?
Yeah.
You don't understand who I am.
Yeah.
I'm an announcer.
Well,
all right?
it's very important that I got this. Is that you don't understand who I am. I'm important. You're not. I'm an announcer. Like, you know, just
Horrible.
make sure it's like just make the apple pie. Should have had it ready for me.
How did they not know your order before you came in there?
Especially since I ordered from them yesterday. I came here, drove 2.5 hours to get here. They were one of the
Just
only
to get
things open.
Popeyes, and then you drove home.
Then
That's
I drove
right.
home. Then I drove back again this morning. It
Yep.
was just
2 hours for Popeyes, everybody. This man's dedicated.
the Popeyes just isn't the same at my house, especially the apple pie, and all of that for nothing. They didn't have it for
It's
me.
okay, but either way with the reenactment, you're behind them, and you're like, hey, you need to get this apple pie going. It was an apple pie or cherry pie?
Oh, it was
It
an apple
matters.
pie. Do they have cherry pie?
I don't know.
I
don't
hope
know.
not.
But what I am saying is it does matter to me.
Yes,
okay? 'Cause
it was
I'm
an
gonna
apple
react different.
for
okay?
the method acting. It was an
My
apple
method-
pie.
Yeah, hold on. Back into scene apple pie. You don't know who I am.
Right.
I'm an announcer for a ProAM. I can't even say it with a straight face. It's so ridiculous. You don't understand. I have a time crunch here. I need this apple pie. Hey, psst, hi, what's up? So I'm hearing that one of the protests, of 3 protests that we've had so far, this one's actually concluded in the Billy and what was the other driver? I'm sorry. Billy versus Lee is coming back.
So you guys, I mean,
Okay. Okay, and then the video evidence was shown. Very cool. So just to fill in, we obviously heard it, but there was a straighten that was missed. Lee apparently straightened, causing the Billy Mitchell team to say, "Hey guys, let's fork up the money and protest this. We know what happened. We have a driver in the car telling us what happened."
yeah, and it's worth mentioning too the way this works in this competition. If you want to protest, there is a fee involved. I do believe it's $150.
All I know is it's straight beer money for us.
Okay, straight
That's
beer
right.
money
It's
for us.
all protest money, straight beer money.
We're hoping it comes our way.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, we've said that we would love for that to go in our little bonus pot.
I've heard that's where it should go. That's where it's going. See, that's what I'm saying.
So, but here we go. We have Jaden versus Adam Ginkel. Once again, Adam Ginkel in the lead position with Jaden in the chase. And like I said, a very good match. Already great proximity. These cars and their
Holy
attitude is setting
cow.
up perfectly. They're looking like mirror image of each other in just different chassis. Jaden with a good surge, looking for that proximity.
Oh, my God. And another
he's gonna hit
surge.
content any minute. As they pass us just a little bit of a waiver right past the rear tube for him, it looked like at any moment he could have been scrubbing against the back of that car. Jaden is ready to show what he's got, and so did
Guys,
Adam.
I
Great
want to hear you
lead run.
guys at home. I want to hear you in the stands. That was absolutely amazing. This is what we're looking for. Oh, my gosh. Woo!
That was a fantastic run. Both those drivers are proud, but man, if I'm Adam Ginkel, I am sweating right now.
Adam Ginkel just put down a great lead run. He followed it and continued, and absolutely. Oh, it looks like we're getting a camera now.
Oh, we're getting a little bit of attention.
Absolutely. Hold on. Is my hair good? I'm wearing a hat. All right. Perfect.
So you guys couldn't see us most of the day. I was going to make a joke and just say these are the voices of 2 10 out of 10s easily. But now you can see us, so I'm glad we didn't.
Yeah, what's the joke? He's a 10, but he's announcing a Pro-Am and he's complaining at Popeyes.
Yeah.
What does that make you? I mean,
it makes me someone that was disrespected. I mean, honestly, let's just put it how it is.
I was going to say it makes him a 4-piece chicken. Oh, gosh. But, yeah, so we're out here, been having a blast. It's been raining all day. We've been living through it. He's wearing pants. He's got to be muggy as could be.
But we got to go back to the action. I hear them going for the next round. We have Jaden leading. Adam Ginkel's going to give chase. And we're looking for that short. Oh, a big surge.
No.
Are they both able to hold it together through that? There was a little bit of wavering, a little bit of changing in speed.
Adam Ginkel still held it together. I don't understand how. Coming through the driving ability, and he's looking for a surge. We're not seeing the same type of surge, but we're seeing a more consistent drag. Unfortunately, the proximity is not there until now.
Oh, there we go. Right on his door.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Look, I definitely, as we get closer and closer to the end of this competition, I want nothing to do with judging. Get it away from me. I will watch.
I know, I've been saying it multiple times, but I don't envy the judges. I get to sit here, party, hold a piece of paper, and act like I know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. I'd rather just be the spectator with a microphone and just enjoy it.
Oh, my gosh. What an amazing run. I really, it's going to be a hard one.
And while they're deliberating on that again, because I don't think we fully elaborate on it, but yeah, we were talking about Lee Yearwood and Billy Mitchell. So yeah, the petitioning was successful. They're going to go to a one more time. So we're going to see them come back out on track in a minute here. They didn't just overturn the ruling. They're going to have them go all over again if it's that controversial, and they're able to deliberate and say, you know what, maybe we did miss something. It's worth letting these drivers try again.
Right. They gave the point. Did that go to? Who did he go to? It went to Adam?
Oh, there we go. Adam Ginkel.
Woo!
He's moving on again. He's in the finals.
Yeah, I can turn it off, but it's exciting regardless.
Adam's lead run was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some word from Jeff Abbott right now, and so the deliberation on that one. I mean, Adam Ginkel's lead run, just absolutely amazing. I mean, Jaden was able to get really close, but honestly, a fantastic lead run really does set you up for a fantastic chase, and that's where it all comes down. And I think when we saw the other run, we did see a little bit of wavering. Who knows? If maybe we saw the same thing, it would have been just as close. Thank you. All right, I'm glad we're all thinking alike over here, and it's very important, especially as we're getting closer to choosing a winner. Adam Ginkel moving on. We're going to see our local Florida OG in the final. I know he's happy. He probably traveled less far than most of the other drivers to get here. This is his territory. He's here to defend it.
Oh, yeah, he's got to be ecstatic right now. What I would be to be in the pits right now, giving him a big old hug, telling him he's got the one more. He's in it, man. He's in the show. He is in spot to come out of here with a first or second.
Oh, absolutely.
And he doesn't even think about second place. All he can think about is first. He wants to win this.
And we were talking about shaking up the points earlier, and when I say shake it up, you just really don't expect just how shaken up that's going to be. We were looking at the top 10 coming into this competition. Adam Ginkel wasn't even up there.
No.
Out of the top 10 from last round, he was not in the top 10. And now he's looking at possibly being number 1.
He does have points, though, I believe. I think he's sitting with...
he does have points. He came in 14th last time. So
yeah, so 35 points, I think.
Yeah, something around there.
I'm going off memory. I don't have my paper.
Or no, 52 points. 35 begins in 15th. So
okay. Yeah, that's where the drop was, 52 points. So a huge opportunity for him. He what you said about attendance. Yeah, what did he get? He got 14th.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, it's not phenomenal, but it's good.
Yeah, and it's here, and especially
in top 16. That's not something to slouch up. And now because of those points, if he comes into this and takes first, that's another 50-something points on top of it.
Oh, absolutely. And that first place position too. I mean, once you're in the middle of the grid, you can have average ending points in
anything average
every
is going to
single
come
round.
from him. I think he's going to continue to rock it forward.
Well, and that's the point exactly. Is that I think we're just going to expect greater and greater things from him, and that immediately puts him in contention for the entire championship.
No, I've got it. I'm like, Jaden, what do you? His dad's like this. And I'm like, Jaden, what do you think? He's like, no, I'm pretty sure I lost. So he's like, okay, go. No, they're not. His dad was just emotional. Emotional dad. Yeah.
Yep. So Getting some news over there. Obviously, the crew chief dad that had called the 5 minutes previously, went over to say, hey, maybe I want to consider a protest for that. After talking to the driver and getting a look at it and talking to him, they're like, no, we're not going to protest it. He's getting to move forward. He's the one that won that, which
well, not
is
really
awesome.
coming from Jaden, too. I mean, Jaden, I think that's the good mark of a great driver, too, is, like, if you know where mistakes happen, you know where it messed up. From the stands, you can't always tell what happened, no matter where your spotter's standing, no matter where your pit chief is. When you're in the car, especially if you can say, like, look, this did happen. He got that.
Absolutely.
I'd rather come back and beat him fair and square next time.
Yeah, no, that's for a 16-year-old to do that. It's out of this world. The sky is not even a limit for that guy.
So now I think in order for us to be able to move forward, you have to go back to our one more time. That's the result of that protest.
We do. So we're going to be seeing Billy McDowell coming out with Douglas, right?
Yeah, it should be no, that should be Billy Mitchell with Lee Yearwood.
Yeah, I'm looking at the old notes. You're right, Lee.
And, I mean, hey, I'm not complaining about that either. That's going to be a great battle to see all over again. All I know is whoever it is, Adam Ginkel's waiting for him. So,
yep, and here we go.
Here we go. Great initiation. Lee Yearwood and Billy Mitchell both coming into that with a lot of aggression and a lot of purpose and poise as they fill out this first outer zone, and they get that transition. Lee Yearwood's trying to pull away. Again, Billy Mitchell with that rear grip is just closing that gap. Lee Yearwood getting lots of angles. Great job.
Transition right into him.
These guys,
perfect.
These guys look like they've been driving door to door for all their life. I mean, they know each other inside and out, it seems. And that looked like a mirror image of a run we would have seen in practice after days and days of drifting together.
That looks like these two guys drive together. That's what that run looked like, and I love to see it.
That worked awesome. That worked awesome. Hey, Chris. That worked great. He was like, okay, it makes sense. Chris. And like Connor or something. The lead and she's about to switch it and go again, right? Finals and now you figure that out?
Goodness.
All right, so now they're heading back. An aggressive first run. A lot of people are tired here. A lot of people are sunburned. A lot of people are soggy socks. That's the worst feeling in the world, some soggy socks. It's been a long day.
Soggy socks.
I don't like that. It's unavoidable here. It's raining. I come back from not getting my apple pie at Popeyes.
It's
and
funny.
I just step through it.
Savio has he has spooky socks on.
Oh, yeah.
So which is hilarious. There are little ghosts on him. He's a big sock guy. We actually went to a stock store while we were over in Georgia. It's phenomenal. Here we go. With the lightning in the background, Billy going out, trying to get a nice lead here, throwing it wide, and he cannot run away from him.
And
He's coming up.
Lee is wasting no time trying to reel him in. You saw him having a little bit of a shallower entry just to try and get on his door early so he could sustain it. And I see sparks flying up from that brake pad in the front. Billy Mitchell throwing it out. Lee Yearwood, a little bit of hesitation as he comes up on him, and Billy Mitchell getting all that grip and soaring out.
Lee on him at the end there, but just did not have the proximity I saw from Billy. But when I'm looking lead to lead, it's going to be a close one because it really matters how they performed in their position.
Absolutely, and I mean, both these cars, they're dialed in. These drivers, they know them so well. Woo! You really got to dissect these runs if you're going to try to figure out who's the winner.
That's what I'm saying. It's not even okay, out of the two, this was a good one. These are the things no, it's literally you're having to look at every little section to be like, he won this section, he won this section. This is how he got this. We see this consistent charge forward. It's going to be a lot, and it's going to be a call, and this could change. This petition could put Billy in, getting him back from the grave, and he has a chance to go for it all if he gets this win here.
And I did say brake pad. I don't know why I said brake pad. I saw flames underneath Lee's car. It just does that. Those are engine flames.
Let me make sure I'm seeing that correctly. What's the call on that? One more time. Lee. Oh, it was Lee? Lee getting the win. Holding his thing, and they're going to allow, I believe, a tire change after that battle because he's going to need it.
Yeah, it looks like Billy Mitchell was able to get out there and he was able to contest the call, get the one more time. I mean, you got that one more opportunity. Unfortunately, if it comes out the other end, that is just part of the game. But, I mean, that is the point, is that at least it's technical. It was strategic. He got back out there. He got his other chance. And at least if you go home now, it's like, all right, well, they called it twice. you know, it was a good day. Now we'll just learn from whatever happened this round. We'll take it in the next round because we're not going to let that happen again. And I'm sure that's the attitude he's going to take on this one.
It's rather impressive. This is a good.
Brandon and Lee, and Brandon's going to lead? Correct. Okay, cool. Just making sure I put it in correctly.
Brandon McDowell and Lee Yearwood.
Oh, shit. It's been her talking this whole time?
That's mine, right?
I thought it was, you know what I'm talking about. The one from us in Jackson Performance.
No idea.
Sarah?
I thought it was Sarah. She sounded
Sorry
like
for the inside
Sarah.
conversation, guys, but it's not even inside. It's just we're down here on the ground, so we're a little bit easier to get talking to, saying hi to everybody. But phenomenal time. I love seeing everybody out here.
And now if you're with us and you're thinking about leaving, don't go anywhere because, I mean, hey, this is what it's all led to. We have one battle to determine who's in the finals, and then we have our final battle.
Yep.
All of what's happened today, every dollar that's been spent to get here is now going to give us who our winner
It's
is from all
culminated
of
to this moment. It's culminated. It's going to be an amazing time. I'm ecstatic. A hush amongst the crowd.
Oh, I was listening to the third place thing. Okay. I heard a name and I was like, what? Okay.
Yeah, third place battle. Yeah, because they're going to compete for third place. So what they do is they take, the two guys. The random two people. I literally could say their names. I'm sorry, guys.
It's been a long day. It's okay.
It's been a day. And the thing is, my sheet of paper is almost unreadable at this point, so...
I think this paper has been through just about as much. We have a paper with all of our notes on it of who's been moving on throughout this bracket.
Half
and
of our notes. We don't even have all of them.
Yeah, the rest of our notes didn't even make it. We're going through, our materials are going through just as much of a beating as these cars, these drivers, the spectators, everything.
I wonder if all that audio that I'm hearing into my headset is getting picked up onto the mic.
All right, so right now things are just slowing down a minute because we do have less drivers now that are going through the bracket as we get closer to this final. So the drivers that are going, of course, that just went, they do have to get ready to come out here once again on fresh tires with the cars ready to go on a fresh new battle. Usually they have more time to do this when there's battles in between, of course. And right now they don't have that going in their favor. So we're just going to be patient for a moment, let them get things going. But our judges have been killing it today. Again, we got Pat Good and Jeff Abbott. And, of course, Kelsey Rawlings up here. All familiar faces, especially if you're in the Florida drift scene. They've popped in and out continuously.
I'm not going to lie. I thought there was an animal on the track, not a person with bunny ears. I turned around really fast. I was like, where is it? Man, it was going to be like the World Series or something like that, you know?
I don't like seeing Pat Good and disappointed. It would have made the whole day worth it if we saw a bunny on
He
track.
said he doesn't like seeing you disappointed. It's okay. The land speed record thing really brightened my day, so I appreciate that about you.
Every day when I wake up, I just go.
the best outlook on life. We should make a calendar with sayings from you, and you just take it. And literally one of the days, it's like a Friday or something, and you're just like, it's another day. It's still a full Friday till the weekend.
Every Saturday it just says Tito's and Mountain Dew.
Tito's and Mountain Dew is the go-to drink, I'm hearing.
Code Red.
How do you feel about Baja Blast being released in purchase? You don't do Baja Blast? So what about when Code Red came out, you had the blue, so you had the Lightning, the Volt that all came through in that time period. How'd you feel about that?
Code Red came out
It was way earlier.
way.
I know, but I think of Red versus Blue that they did with the Halo stuff, and that was really just Volt.
Yeah,
Are we thinking Code Red drinking, like, maybe while playing the video game GoldenEye? Like, is that...
It was not out that.
I don't think it's that old.
Yeah. I don't think Pat's that old.
I'm old.
he's on it.
I didn't say you were too old for Cold Red. I'm just saying I don't know if GoldenEye was the go-to game for you.
Pretty sure I'm 33.
You've determined you're 33? Can somebody check Wikipedia and text me and see if he's 33? Let's make Pat a Wikipedia page. New.
Wikipedia page that says bad Formula D driver. Mine probably says that for real. Support this page.
If anyone's watching the stream knows how to make a Wikipedia
Yeah,
page,
if
all
you,
three
if
judges
you can make
seem to
3
want
judges
one.
very happy right now.
No, because you can edit Wikipedia pages.
Yeah, well, I'm like an admin, so
Don't like judges.
no, we all like you. Don't worry.
I don't.
You don't like what you've become as a judge.
No, I just don't like what I've become. Like from age like 2 or 3 days to current, I'm just like, this sucks.
That's cool that you remember back then. That's you should honestly hold that down as a amazing memory. Pat Gooden can remember every day since 2 days old. That's an outlet right there. That's a stellar stat. Yeah, there's.
Spent a lot of fucking money. I didn't know we were bringing that up. Okay. Look at she's a silver lining master. Holy shit.
We paid our dues, and now it's time to introduce up to us.
Literally, and not
I
just
love that.
figuratively, we are looking up to you guys.
I love that wisdom from
We're
Kelsey
not.
Rawlings. We paid our
no
dues.
longer on your level. You guys have ascended past us.
If I do about 75,000 more ProAM events, I'll break even with how much money I spent drifting. 75,000.
Yep.
Wait,
Yep.
let me actually run that number.
No, if you run the number, we'll know what you're making.
That's not accurate at all.
All the effort has led to being able to be on this
I was
pedestal
about to
of
say,
scaffolding.
is that one season? Nah, it's
Oh, no, I'd be good if I did 75,000. Yeah, no, 75,000 after I done that math and did that math.
75,000 times anything sounds really nice.
75,000?
They're making $75,000 to do this event. That's pretty impressive. I'm being very sarcastic. I hope that everybody on the mic understands that.
75.
This is the judges' corner. Well, welcome to Judging After Dark. Literally, it's dark outside. This is Judging After Dark now. Oh, we're on camera. Hello.
Which camera? There they are.
Camera A,
Hello,
camera B,
streamers.
camera C. Just keep pointing in random directions to cameras.
See, as our whole system breaks down, cameras become available for us.
Tethered, I would just get in the mic's face. I would just.
We can do some
get
dance
in there.
moves. This is, what do I call this? What would you call this if we're just, you pick one, I'll name it. I'll do one, you name it.
No, I'm going to say let's not. That's the name of the dance.
They want it. The camera guy wants it. He said it right now. What did
He's
you say?
not even shaking his
What did
head.
you say? He's saying go right now. He
He's
just said
saying
that.
I cannot wait for them to embarrass themselves.
All right.
He's gonna outdance us right now. You put the camera down and dance for us real quick. You'll kill it.
Can you
He's
just a
gonna
little
pull
wiggle?
some-
Can you do a
some
little
stuff
wiggle
out.
with the camera for us? Just a little whoop whoop. A little whoop whoop.
No, it's a steady cam. He's literally a human gyroscope.
He's ready. Yeah, he's solid as a rock.
He's like, they're boring. Let me leave.
No, but it's totally understandable though, because in the background I definitely heard some engines fire up. So it looks like we might be ready to progress in this competition. Thank you so much for being patient with us here at US Drift Circuit Formula Drift Pro-Am Round 2. And it looks like, unfortunately, I didn't get a good view at who it is that's going out next, but I can only assume it's going to be Brandon McDowell and Lee Yearwood.
Yeah, I think that's exactly who's going to be coming out, but we could be wrong here, you know, because we can't see.
And here I am with my ankle starting to hurt from all this standing, looking at Jeff Abbott up there in the stands with his New Balances. Starting to look real nice right about now.
I don't think New Balances look nice. I'm very happy in my Vans.
Yeah, but they help with the joints once they're all worn down. Like polyurethane bushings just down to a crisp.
I mean, you look 19, so I don't think you're that old.
No, I accelerated my ankles. I ran cross country and track and didn't listen to a damn thing a doctor said. So.
Nice. Yeah, I enjoyed cross country. Did it a very long time ago. Played a couple sports. Skateboarded. That was great for my knees and ankles.
A lot of skateboarders end up getting in drifting too. It's really like the style transition from a
Action
skateboard
sports,
to a drift
man.
car. Yeah.
It's just I couldn't go fast in a car because I couldn't own one. That was just do fast things and do fun on whatever I could get my hands onto. Did a little bit of biking, but I like mountain biking a little bit more than BMX. Just never got my hands on a good BMX bike, though.
I can agree with that,
bikes.
though. Mountain biking is it's definitely euphoric. It's just nice and peaceful. It's fun. It's action. It's dangerous.
Peaceful.
It's awesome.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm going down double black diamonds and stuff, just having the absolute best time of my life.
But you know,
Whipping
some of those
by
rest
trees.
stops, you've been to some of those rest stops where you get in between your runs and you find a nice spot,
Yeah.
just take a break, and you just look out, and you're like, oh, nice. Like a little tranquil area to just recoup. And
As soon as I'm in the air, I just look around and I go, oh, yeah. And I'm just right back in it. It like slows down time. It's every time I've ever been in the air, time has slowed down. When I crashed when I was up in the air, time slowed down. I was like, Ricky Bobby, I'm in the air. It was a great time. Highly don't recommend doing that, by the way.
Yeah, and
Crashing's
I'll
not
never
fun.
understand the guys that do the Red Bull. You ever seen the downhill Red Bull thing where they come straight down cliff sides? They're literally just ramping down.
Yeah, I'd do
I think
that
it's
right
Red
now.
Bull Rampage. Is that
I'd
the
do
name
it
of
right
it?
now.
Oh gosh, I could never. That is.
The thing is, those bikes are insanely expensive. Insanely expensive. The shock system. I'm seeing headlights move, so I'm seeing us go off.
Oh, there we go.
are.
Brandon McDowell and Yearwood in the chase position. They're right next to each other coming to the first corner.
And not for long. Brenton's trying to get space, but here he is on his taillight, coming around the corner, smoking it out.
Lots of air from Brandon McDowell and Yearwood just trying to see through it, pierce through it, and close that gap. And they're coming towards this outer zone. We're about to lose the mic sound. And there it is, just like I
McDowell
expected.
looking absolutely planted this entire time, looking like he is on rails. He is setting out one of the best lead runs I've seen.
He is sending it, and both these guys are just absolute rockets. I mean, there's so much happening so quickly when these guys are chasing each other. They only have mere split seconds to make decisions on things.
They don't even have seconds.
They don't even have seconds.
The thing is, you're not making decisions. You are reacting.
Oh, yeah, this is all just at this point in competition when you get to a Pro-Am level, every little mechanical, physical thing about your car is just an extension of your body, and they're quite literally just dancing with each other in cars.
Yeah, man, they're insane.
Look at them. Look at him getting right behind the back bumper.
He's just letting them know where he's going to be. He's
like,
letting them
"Hey,
know, I'm going to be here, baby.
These taillights are not going to see him get any further away than this."
You're going to see these headlights disappear because I'm going to be so close to you. Cannot wait.
That's a great intimidation move. Love it. Coming back to the starting line, just like I see it a little bit every now and then. And I've seen Matt Field do that a little bit in FD. A couple of the drivers to each other. They're just like, I'm going to return the favor. Don't worry. I'm right here.
Yeah, hey,
Maybe a little bump if you feel really confident in the other driver.
Depends. You got to be almost friends at that point.
Oh, yeah. You got to know the driver. But I've seen him I've seen him let him know, buddy to buddy. Hey, we're friends at practice. This is the big boys.
That's how some of the best friendships are, though. You know, you compete, you have your issues or whatever, and it's purely like small little things you're going through. You work it out, and then best buds.
Absolutely. You can drive angry behind the wheel if you need to be aggressive driver, get on each other's doors. But ultimately, when someone beats you because they were all over your car and all over your door, you just want to get out and give them a hug. Be like, that was awesome. I want pictures of that. That was cool.
And here we go. Let's see how close he is. Right next to him. Giving him space, fainting in, and he is on him.
There we go.
Side by side the whole time. Probably a foot and a half of space there. Getting a little bit of space here, waiting for this transition.
Brandon McDowell wants to leave nothing. Brandon McDowell said, look, I was first last round. I want to be first this round, and you're not going to get in my way. He's right there. He's letting them know.
Look at that. Phenomenal. The only thing it's insane. They're on top of each other. I did see him cut the line tiny little bit to get in there, but once he was stuck in there, it's like he suction cupped onto his car and didn't let him get away.
Absolutely. It seems like these guys are a little bit of sacrifice they make, and they seem to come offline. It seems to change any angle at all. It seems like they're just all picking it up in style and aggression. They're saying, look, if I may not make it up the zone here, there, I might hit a cone here or there. I'm not giving you nothing. I'm not even lifting. If I make a mistake, I'm flooring it all the way through it, and I'm going to make this look awesome.
And I'm not saying that it was a mistake based on what the lead car did. If he's here and goes through and he barely misses that cone, and you're following, and you're that inch extra, you're going to touch the cone.
Oh, of course.
You're following somebody.
And it's just part of being an aggressive driver.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And again, whoever wins this, Adam Ginkel is sitting there. I'm sure he's getting his car ready for that last battle right now.
His car's ready. He's sitting in it. He's ready to rock and roll.
And he knows whoever he's going against, they're nice and warmed up from this. Unfortunately, it's been a little bit since Ginkel did his run. Whoever wins this is coming right off of this.
Yeah, Brandon got it. I was just making sure. Phenomenal. Brandon moving into the final here, going against Ginkel. We are going to see a thing. I feel a little bit for him right now. He's been sitting in his car. He had to deal with it one more time, backing things up, then had to deal with who was going to end up going against him now. And now he's going to wait for him to get his tires. He's been sitting there prepped, ready, trying to not get into his head, and that's all he's got to do.
Yeah, and he's just a very poised individual when it comes to driving. He's definitely one of those people where you know him as his personality, you know him as a happy-go-lucky guy when you're interacting with him in person. But then when it comes time to get in the car, strict focus, sharp focus. He knows exactly what he has to do. He's been doing it all day. I'm sure right now he's going over things. Hopefully he's done whatever he needs to feel confident, whether that's look at video, hydrate, and I've all the faith in the world that he's going to go out there and he's going to put out a great show.
Absolutely. I cannot wait to see this crowd erupt for either of these two drivers. Either we are going to see a back-to-back win, or we are going to see from 14th place coming up to first. Insane. The points that he just secured, though, even if he just gets second now.
Oh, yeah, he's way up there.
And a second place win now. He's still going to be holding the top spot after this round, but by how much? He's not going to let him have it. He's going to work for every point he can get here, and he's going to make something.
And a lot of those drivers who were in the way, I mean, some of those drivers that were already going to carry points from the last round, they were knocked out by people that he had to go against. Jaden knocked out some of those people that were in the way. He knocked out some of those people that were in the way himself. I mean, Lee, Yearwood, Brandon, McDowell, they took out those people on the way. I mean, a lot of these people were just moved out of the way so Adam could shine, and now he's here, and McDowell's making his presence known once again. And this is the best case scenario. The guy, I might go buy Adam flowers after this, no matter what happens.
He's definitely getting a big old hug from everybody here. Huge high fives. Gonna be a party. Cannot wait. Wish it was a little earlier so that we could have gone somewhere that was open, because I don't know anywhere around here besides Popeyes. And it's gonna be closed. It's after 10.
Oh no! You know what? I've lost my faith in them. I'm not getting an apple pie ever.
I cannot wait until we make that a skit. I want to draw it up or something. Just the whole interaction of you. Hand on the desk. Do you know who I am?
Oh, on the window. I'm on one of those public freakout videos now.
Wait, hold on. You were in the drive-thru?
Oh, yeah.
I had you inside.
Oh, no.
If you don't know who we're talking about, I think he was joking, obviously, but he's just like, don't you know I'm announcing this pie? I can't wait 7 minutes for it. And, he actually, they closed the window on him and said, sir, it's going to be 8 minutes. He opened it up, started to crawl, and said, I'm going to make it. I think that's what I saw on the security camera.
And I'll be honest, didn't look around. I just kind of blacked out for a second. So if the car behind me was some sort of teenager, I might be going viral on TikTok right now. I have no idea. I guess I'll wake up in the morning and find out.
I mean, actually, what they need to do is they need to find your little dance and edit it and put it to some music. That's what's going to get you.
Oh, yeah, especially if it can be like a Ray William Johnson, like auto-tune of me yelling for my apple pie, and then the dance. I see what you're saying. It would work perfectly.
Yeah. You got a multi-layered here. Multi-layered marketing program. You're the base layer. You're the tip of the spear. But when you make money, I make money. I'm going to tell you on this pyramid scheme real quick.
Okay. Pablo Escobar of apple pies.
No. It's just making jokes. I'm way too excited. I can't not talk. I can't not do something. I just want this drive. I want somebody to go. I'm so excited.
And there's so much adrenaline behind this sport. I mean, you can only imagine how much their hearts are racing in the cars if on the sidelines we're looking at all this, just thinking about it.
Mine's a pitter-patting. I got excited seeing headlights, man, and it's a Kubota. Get the Kubota out of here, man. All right, I'm hearing some cars move around. Hopefully we got our tires figured out. I mean, it almost seems like they're getting them mounted. I wonder if they just already ran through all their mounted sets, you know what I mean?
Luckily, it seems that, well, actually, I don't know. I was going to say hopefully because it's been a little bit wet. They might have conserved some tires, but it's been off and on all day. We had our moisture and then it was gone.
There's no way a final battle am I running anything that's been touched. There's going to be stickers, heating them up over there, getting them heat cycled, getting them out there. You playing with a bag of Doritos over there?
Oh, yeah. There we go. We can see some of our drivers leaving the track. Looks like Sasha heading out after a great performance all day today.
Yeah, I mean, we did add over to our day, what, about 4 hours?
Yeah, this was by no means supposed to take this long, but, I mean, shout out to Sebring International Raceway. I mean, we had originally agreed what time we were going to try to be out of here.
Deadline of 7.
Oh, yeah, and these guys, they love us. We love them. They're doing so much for drifting just by letting us still be here enough to figure out who our winner is. I mean, everyone's gone through so much to be here, you know, we really, to go home with an answer, we're all going to sleep better tonight knowing that we got to see who came out on top today.
You doing more dance moves?
Doing more dance moves.
Camera's going to see eventually.
I think there's actually someone on camera, Sean, I believe, and he's got some cool dance moves. He's camera number 1.
Nice.
I don't know where he is right now, but
I saw the camera was looking at the hill there, and I kind of want to roll down it, like just like a cigar rolling down that way.
Oh,
like
yeah?
a little kid. Like the thing is I never went straight. I would always like list left or right.
Oh, yeah, okay, you too. See, I'm just
Yeah.
hoping that's not like a sign of something wrong with us, because, I mean, it was like just persistent.
I never thought of it that way. Now I'm in my head over here. What do you mean? We're talking about rolling down a hill. You're trying to add like philosophy to it, man. I'm concerned. I just wanted to roll down a hill. I'm bored. Not bored, but it's just I need to do something to take the time. They're heating up them tires. I'm excited.
Yeah, I finally see them over there. They're just doing a little bit of donuts. And
all right, we're getting some Dunkin' Donuts sponsorships in. Lightning in the background. This is Florida. We're fine. 2 Florida men out here. I don't know if I know they're both living currently in Florida, I believe. I don't know where both of them hail from specifically. All right, they're getting lined up. Looking for a thumbs up from the judges.
And there we go, another camera shot at our Link ECU banners that are right there in the middle. Huge shout out to Link ECU, another partner of the US Drift Circuit Formula Drift Pro-Am Series.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to... You're not supposed to do that. I remember he actually owns that. That's trademarked.
Oh, is it? Really?
Yeah. Yeah, so I almost...
It almost costed us a lot of money.
Well, the thing is I didn't do it.
I don't even think we can say send it. Is that trademarked yet? Has Jared Deenda coined that yet?
No, you can say send it.
Ah, okay.
I don't think we need to. But here we go.
Oh, and this is actually our 3rd place battle between Lee Yearwood and Jaden. So definitely going to try to seal this in before we get to see the answer to our finals. And Lee Yearwood doing a good job of putting it down, but Jaden's actually doing a really good job keeping up with him, and he's surging right here.
Not really getting the angle that we'd expect, but he's definitely taking a nice line.
That proximity is really creeping up on him, and there it is.
Man, trying to push him around the track.
Oh, yeah, Jaden's doing his absolute best. He knows that car has obviously got a lot of power, a lot of grip. He probably got to see those battles that happened just before then.
He said, I'm going to take full advantage. He probably took coaching from his father.
Yeah, and it seems like it was actually application of a little bit of technique there. Sometimes you want to have just a little bit less wheel speed, a little bit less angle. You'll jump into this other area of grip that your car has where you'll be able to surge a lot more, but you'll be making less tire smoke, less angle. But it's going to let you stay right there. You can be more selective on where you want to peel out, let your smoke shine, and just make proximity the main priority. And I think he did a good job by at least deciding to make that some aspect of his approach to this chase run, because I think he knows Lee Yearwood, he's going to be able to stay all the way on the throttle and have the traction to keep up with him. So Jaden's going to be running for his life right now to hopefully replicate the same type of gap and emphasize any kind of mistake he can force Lee Yearwood into making.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, here we go. They're going on to the next run of this with Jaden leading and Lee Yearwood giving chase. And so far we see Jaden with a nice little manji and feint into that.
But he says, no, I'm going to come in on your door.
Oh, just like we understood what was going to happen. Lee Yearwood with all that grip and traction, he's going to come in here with lots of angle and lots of smoke. Jaden's running away just like we said, too. Look at him on the gas, being very smart about his throttle patterns. He wants that gap to stay there. Unbelievable driving by both of these drivers.
What an absolute run. What a run.
That was fantastic driving, and I mean, just goes to show with Jaden's age, man. He's got some stuff going for him, but he is just a sharp kid in general. You cannot underestimate him.
If I was driving at 16 this way, and I was my age now, I mean, holy cow, what doors would I have gone through?
You can only imagine what it's going to lead to no matter what the outcome of this competition is. The kid's got an amazing and bright future ahead of him.
Do you know if he was doing sim before driving or if he's just been in cars this long and it was just the family that allowed it to go? Do you know anything about that?
He has been doing drifting for, I believe, a couple of years up there in Canada, but I do know that Assetto Corsa sim racing is a huge aspect of his life. It's also just one of his favorite things to do, so he's constantly out there competing. He wants to have every edge he can, and that you see the consistency show in his foundation.
So it looks like... Well, I saw a point to the other driver, but then the vet went through, so... Did they announce who won that? Because I don't know if they do or not.
Yeah, it is, bro.
Did you let them know who won? I thought so.
I just wanted to yell.
All right, there we go. We finally have a verdict on that one. So Lee Yearwood is going to be your third place points taker of this round two. That's what I was trying to say. Like, third place position winner.
Third place goes to Lee. An amazing battle out there, battling the vet, battling the 16-year-old stud, rolling around, absolutely killing it. Phenomenal job here. Both of them walking away with a lot of points, but the main event is here to come. We are looking to see who is taking home the first place trophy at Sebring. Round 2 of USDrift. Pro spec, or not? It's not pro spec.
There we go. See, we'll just trade off.
Words.
I'll say some words, you say some words.
Yeah, we did really good. Formula Drift, yeah. ProAM series, guys. I apologize.
But even then, I mean, for a third place battle, that honestly could have just been a finals battle. They both did a great job driving.
Absolutely could have been.
And they should both feel proud. Going home at that of the last battle of the day, they both did stellar runs. I'd be so happy if that's the last run of the day on this track.
To the final. All right. Well, we're actually getting a little bit of a view of seeing what the cameras are. I honestly kind of forgot that existed.
There we go. Getting a nice look at the tents of USDrift Circuit and Jackson Performance over there.
Overlooking the taxi garage. Yeah, that looks like a view that's coming from the tower. Oh, there he is. He's up there with the camera. He got back up there. Congratulations to him, getting a fourth place win.
And you can see Jaden out of the car there. Everyone surrounding the car. Hopefully everyone let him know. Great driving. Absolutely. He has so much to be proud of today. And honestly, how much he's learned just here alone today has been tremendous. When he comes back again, he's going to already pick up right from where he left off today.
We see a little bit of what looks like Kelsey's arm here in the shot. Communicating on the walkie-talkie.
There's Kelsey. Oh, we got it for a little bit.
We panned over her face. You know, I haven't really sat down today at all. I just realized that.
Yeah, we had chairs the entire day. We made very little use.
Well, we couldn't use them. We had no space up there.
Yeah, that was a rough situation.
That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people up there. Six people.
I'm taking the nicest bubble bath when I get home.
A bubble bath.
Oh, yeah, bubble bath.
A bubble bath. That's funny. I am not taking a bubble bath. I have not taken a bath in a while. I do really want to do a cold, the ice one, though. I haven't
ice
done one
bath?
of those. Yeah, I haven't done one in so long. They were always so nice after sports.
All right, I see some headlights headed over to where the tire warm-up area is.
Yeah, and there's no more fun drivers out here. They've all come and gone. That time has passed in the back, so we are looking at.
And we haven't talked about that
drivers.
much. If you're still part of the stream, you're still watching, you're following along with us, this has not just been a day of drifting for Pro-Am drifters. This entire day has actually been an open track day on the opposite side of track with multiple classes, tandem, A and B class. So, I mean, if you're interested in even coming to one of these events, you don't just have to come as a spectator. If you have a drift car, you want to drive a little bit, come support your favorite driver a little bit, you can do both of those things. And Sebring is kind enough to allow us to do the ProAM competition over here with the live stream technology, and then on the other side of the pits, way down there, we have all of the practice, and neither seems to interfere. It seems to run perfectly, and we got lots of volunteers here for USDrift Circuit and Jackson Performance that are bouncing in here. Talking about you, Mikey. No, we're really grateful for everyone that comes by to make these events happen. You got so many people who just give their time to set up these events and make them fun for not just the people competing, the people spectating, and also just the people doing the fun day on the other side. All right, it looks like we finally have our drivers lined up. We're about to move into our final. And if you're calm and you want to be close to these drivers, the first thing you can do is not be calm, because I guarantee both of these guys have their heart racing. Brandon McDowell is going to lead.
Trying to be laser focused
Adam's
here.
going to give chase. They're starting out pretty close to each other. A great start to a final.
Oh.
And Adam Ginkel with a massive aggressive surge to try and get closer to Brandon
But still
McDowell.
doesn't fall too far back. Still has a chance here to close up this proximity, even through the smoke screen. It looks like a James Bond movie.
Get poked
And he
through
challenges
it. He's
through.
doing a great job. Let's go, Adam.
Oh my
Incredible.
God.
Great proximity.
Oh my goodness, lost it there a little bit at the end, trying to get that last zone. It looks like he just powered through.
But look at that.
Wow.
That is a 350Z that is built to Pro 2 spec, and here you have Adam and his G that he just knows so well, keeping up with them the entire time. We've seen people struggle to keep up with Brandon McDowell the entire day, and he made it look easy. And we know he's working with a fraction of what the other driver's working with.
He was
it's incredible.
working it out there, and it's the car may have looked settled and stuff, but he was pushing every little bit out of that car to make it as close as he could.
There we go. Hear him revving up. He knows he did a good job. That is awesome. I hope everyone in the stands is getting really hyped up for him. He deserves every bit of support right now. I mean, Brandon McDowell, we already know he's good. He's a great driver. Of course, we support.
We're not taking anything away from him.
Of course, not taking anything away from him, but we definitely, by this point, we expect this level of driving from him every time he comes out, because we know consistently he's proven that time and time again. Adam Ginkel, it's his time to prove that he can do it too, and he's proving exactly that.
He's doing a great job. It's hard, especially when you're at that level, though, to consistently perform. That's a skill in itself. Just getting there and then continuing to do it. It's just, there's a small amount of people that can do it, and they just dedicate a lot of time in their life to doing it.
I mean, it's a hell of a drug. If you have memories like this, you get to the point, even if you felt like you were about to quit the day before and you force yourself to show up today, if you had a day like this, you're coming back the very next chance you get. There's nothing that will stop you.
Yeah. Here we are waiting on thumbs up, waiting on them to go off.
All right, the stage is set. We're ready. This is a second run. This could be the last run of the night. If we can get a winner out of this, Adam is going to lead. Brandon McDowell is going to give chase. A huge surge right on his door. He's going to try and assert his dominance right here as the winner of the round one. Adam Ginkel's ready to give him everything he's got to dethrone him as a round two winner and show that he's got what it takes. Brandon McDowell is surging, and he's letting them know that he's right there. He's being consistent, but Adam Ginkel, an amazing run as he makes use of all of his track. Filling out these outer zones. Such a fantastic run. That is a tough one. That is going to be a tough one to deliberate. I would definitely not want to have to pick a winner there. From where I looked, it looked very hard, but we'll see what they say.
Well, we're not going to see that now, actually, because we are going to pull out our third-place winner and both drivers here and have our trophies ready to announce the victor of this amazing, what feels like a weekend of drifting.
These guys are... All right, but they are done. You guys do at least have an answer. We're obviously not going to talk about it yet, but you guys know.
No, their lips are sealed. They have no idea.
We're not talking
on.
about it, but they're going to go forward. It sounds like they're going to try and pick one. All right, so they're right up front. Hopefully we can get a nice camera angle on them.
Man, he is.
There we go. Beautiful.
Both drivers ecstatic. doing burnouts, not even knowing. Woo! Wow. What an absolute ripper, these two guys.
Both of these drivers, no matter what the deliberation is, tremendous driving all day. These guys deserve every single thing that they get of recognition when it comes to being up here as the finalist. That's okay. We're not sure where to park. We'll get it. We got it.
You know, he knows where to put the car while he's drifting, but after he gets out of that drift, I mean, his brain, he has no idea what he wants to do.
Drifting, parking, it's whatever. Yeah, every last brain cell used for this. Now, let's just get it over with, man. We'll park. Let's figure it out. Who won? And then Yearwood joining us out here in tremendous fashion.
Making an entrance. I can.
Get a voice?
Of course.
Okay, you gotta stream. Okay. And you just at the same time because our mic doesn't reach as far.
That's fine.
Third, second, first.
I am. I'm gonna go out there.
Our mic doesn't reach as far. She's gonna be loud. Yes, sir.
No, I'm not here.
You just commentate.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to listen. If I don't hear it, can someone hear Sarah?
No, he should be directing it towards here.
Okay. All right, so we do have a winner, and we're.
I don't know about you guys, but I've had an absolutely amazing day out here, watching some of the best driving out here. Sebring threw everything Florida could at us. Lightning, rain delays, anything and everything possible. We had every technical difficulty, and all these drivers somehow overcame it to be on this stage now. And I'm sure you guys are waiting with bated breath to see who's got this. And I'm waiting for champagne, it looks like. Guys, give all these drivers a hand of applause. The drivers up here on the podium, and all the drivers that came out and went through this top 18. All right. It's exciting. Goodness gracious.
Great balls of fire.
Great balls of fire.
Don't get so close that I know this guy won. Thank you, sir. He's like, I'm backing up.
I'm trying not to get sucked with everything.
Tired, hot. We're going to need a three-way burnout after this.
All 380
horsepower. Hand over to a different one, three. There you go. You can show them both. You can show both. I need to see the people. Let's go, break bang. There you go. Let's go, Lee.
All right, guys. We got third place. Lee over here, everybody. And for our first place, the trophy goes to the young man of 350Z. Everybody over here. Bro, second place. That's for you guys. Everybody cheer them on! Keep cheering them on! Amazing driving. Nice, bro. Fuck yeah. Hey, congrats. 2 in a row. Get it out of the trophy, baby. There we go.
We need a three-way burnout.
All the way, that's it. You got it. You got it.
What do you have for pictures, please?
2.
We all wet now?
Adam, what do you got? Yo, fucking way to go, bro. You dropped it. We're gonna be
Love seeing you, Adam. Oh, it's all about beer. I can't wait.
Still out here drinking.
All right, everybody else, thank you for coming. We will be here again for Holy Shift. Thank you so much for sticking through everything.
Get a picture for him, yeah.
Let's see some proximity, man. Get in there. Get in there.
Come on, boys.
Hey,
no way.
Damn, that's gonna make it on the internet.
Wait, do it again. I missed it.
Too late.
Oh, work it. I need it.
Oh. There it is. He's already jumping in the car. He's like, I want to be in here.